This week on Getting Deep, we have Holden Sheppard, the writer of Invisible Boys and King of the Dirt. A man who has turned his book into a stand series, and from what I can tell, has plenty other great universal ideas on the horizon. And we were chatting about what it's like to be a writer and dealing with the age of AI, what it's like growing up knowing that your goal in life, what is it to do, what do you want to be, and how, and dealing with all adversities to make sure you get there. And I think we also spoke about everything it is to be a writer on a whole, yeah?
We did. Writing's tough.
And how much money writers make. Not the numbers exactly, but
$0.
The truth about it, to be honest. Like, everyone thinks creatives make all the money. Realistically, it is the corporations in the middle that make you buy the things that we want people to see. So enjoy. What was your mindset before you wrote your first book? Like, were you a writer beforehand, or were you just like, I got to do this, something like dragged you to do it?
Yeah, so I've been writing since I was 7. I was a kid.
Yep.
And I went, this is what I want to do with my whole life.
Really?
Yep.
So you just knew?
Dead set. I'd been reading since I was a little kid.
Yep.
And from a very big, noisy Italian-Australian family. And so finding books was like this nice little quiet spot just for me. And yeah, I remember, do you remember Enid Blyton books? Like really old school English, I don't know, like The Magic Faraway Tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, like very old school. I used to read those and boarding school stories. And yeah, just one day I had this little
The Magical
bubble. No, I've never read that one.
Oh.
There was The Magic Faraway Tree, and it's from the same kind of world. I don't know if it's Enid Blyton, but it's those kind of stories, right?
Yeah.
Like just really totally off brand for what I do. But at that time I was 7.
6.
Oh yeah, I was a kid, so I feel like it's allowed to be a little bit wholesome and whatever. But yeah, no, I really knew early on.
Jeez.
I want to write stories, so I started writing them when I was 7, and I was dead set. And I was like, I'm going to be published by the time I'm 8, and this book will be sold in Target for $2.75, which is stupid.
So you were like structuring them as books as well?
Yeah. I was writing them in exercise books, and I was like, this is going to be a real thing. And I didn't finish it one. I don't think I finished one until I was 11.
Okay.
And that's
still like 11-year-old finishing a book is still,
yeah.
It's fucking pretty accomplished, really.
I guess. Well, it's just like, I'm not saying the writing was any good, because it was like, I feel like the 11-year-old book was like a kid at his school disco gets abducted by aliens. I mean, it wasn't great literature.
But you did something.
But I wrote it and I finished it, and I loved writing stories. And so from early on, it was like very, very motivated. This is my career. I'm gonna get there. You know.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be much earlier than it was.
Well, I mean, that's the process, right?
Yeah.
If you love it, it doesn't matter when it happens, it happens.
I agree. Yeah, totally agree.
Also, before we start the episode, I've got to tell you about our new sponsor, Ian Knight Real Estate Team. They've decided to start giving us some money to help get the podcast bigger. And the bonus is, if you need to sell your house, you give them a call and tell them that you got this from the Gettin Deep podcast or from Darcy. They're going to throw more money at us because they know obviously it works. But let me tell you one thing before I do go about this. Ian personally sold one of my properties. And it's the highest selling property in the suburb he sold it in. Still, to this day. And that was sold over 6 months ago. So definitely, and the link will be in the description, give them a call, get an appraisal if you want to sell a house. They will work harder than you even expect. All right, now into the podcast. Was there many people reading your stories when you were younger? Like, were your people around you supportive about it, or were they like, we don't care?
Hell no.
Yeah.
So I was like insanely protective.
So you wouldn't let people?
No.
Okay.
I physically once, I must have been writing a fantasy story in one of these little exercise books when I was about 13 or 14. And my 2 best mates at high school must have been over for like, I don't know, sleepover, watch movies, the kind of stuff you do when you're teenagers.
Found it?
Yeah, they found it, and they were like, oh, show us. And I physically tore it in half.
Yeah.
Grabbing it off them, because I was like, you're not getting it, and didn't let it go, and it tore in half. And I was like, no one is allowed to see this stuff because it's my world, my little bubble.
Your safe zone.
100%.
Yeah.
So I never shared it with anyone, except on the internet. I used to write Pokemon fan fiction on the internet.
Oh, yeah?
And I'd shared it with them because they didn't know me, and it felt kind of safer to...
Yeah, you're not going to like get ripped apart by your closest friends if it's on the internet. And the internet's full of dickheads anyway. So you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
You guys don't know shit.
Yeah. And this is back in the days when... I don't know if you were ever on forums, but like before social media, forums were the thing, and you had moderators and you had people, you know, if there were trolls, they get banned. Like it's not like now where it's all...
Forums were honestly safer.
100%.
Yeah,
They were actually really good. If you're a teenager and you're putting little stories out, forums were great because if anyone was a real asshole, someone would come along and say, "No, that's not okay," or "You're banned," and it was a lot more. It was smaller, but it was a lot more community driven. So that was my first spot because I knew it was all people in America mostly, some Aussies, but mostly Americans, and I got to put my stories out there into the world. And yeah, it was just fan fiction and whatever, but it was the first time I had a little taste of people saying, "I like your writing," and I think, you know, where's the next chapter and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
never would have gotten that from mates. Or family.
No chance.
I don't know about you, but in Australia, in Australia, if you try to do anything,
you're a dickhead.
100%. And unless you're already successful, right? Once you're seen as successful, everyone's like, "Oh, good on you. I always knew you had it in you." Before you're successful, you're a wanker.
Yeah.
You know, who do you think you are trying to be a writer? Everyone shits on you. And so I knew, like, I was like, I can't share this with family. I can't share this with friends. I didn't want anyone to see my stuff. But strangers who were other artists who would get it, 100%.
That's a good mindset that you managed to figure out, like, I can let them see it. You know, I was thinking, the question I was going to ask you ended up answering was...
Yeah, my bad. I do that sometimes.
No, it was good because I was like...
3 questions at once.
You got there. It was going to be like, how did you think you're ever going to get published if you didn't want people to read it? But then it was obviously just not your people close by to read it.
I think that was the thing. It was like, I knew I had certain people in my, you know, in my world, not necessarily family, but some family, who I won't name, but people around me who would have really cut me up over it.
Yeah.
And that would have really hurt to be that young and have someone really cutting you down before you've even gotten started. So I just knew that that's not going to be an option. Once I probably move out of my hometown, so I'm from Geraldton.
Yep.
Good old Gero Darrow. Once I moved out of town and, you know, got to uni and studied writing and that kind of thing, it became a little bit easier to come out of my shell with my writing. But while I was in town, it was just like, I know I'm going to cop so much shit.
Yeah.
For this, so no one gets to see it.
It's so self-aware to figure that out as a young person. Like, I had to get fucking beaten down to figure that one out. Like, I had to be like, you're a dickhead.
Let me show everyone what I can do. And
I just like would throw shit out there like, this is cool. And then just be like, you're a loser. And I'm like, okay, fuck you.
Ouch. So you learn by doing, right?
Yeah. I had to learn the mistake myself. It's like, it's pretty smart to see that you've seen it early and went, I'm going to avoid that. Like, you must have seen it happening to people around you or something, I'm assuming.
I think probably, but maybe more. I think I'd already copped a lot of flack at school for being just like book smart.
Anyway,
just
like book smart. Yeah.
So like if I was good at, you know, it's Australia.
That's
standard.
Like,
if you're good at school, you get like shat on.
Yeah.
And so
probably just because you were reading books, they're like, what are you doing? That's fucking stupid.
Legit. Yeah. So like you're already copying that in like year 1, year 2, whatever. Then where was I? Year 3, I start writing, and I was like, definitely. You know, if I get picked on for reading books, I know I'm going to get picked on for writing books.
Yeah.
So just shut it down. You know what I mean? It was partly self-aware, but it was partly already having an experience.
Socially aware.
Yeah, already having the experience of like, this is what kids are like.
Yeah.
Nah.
My first acting role was in year 3, actually. Funnily, you have year 3 is that...
Yeah?
Yeah, I was the Frog Prince. I was one of the main actors.
Yeah.
But I was also a violent kid. So, like, it was kind of like, you tease me, and I was like, now we got a reason to fight. Sucked into you.
I think that's like... I don't know. I feel like you would have had a better time. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Nah, because being violent isn't good.
No, I'm not.
It's not good for you. It's a terrible way to be.
Wait, what? Violence isn't the answer. No, but like, because I took a very like scared kid approach of self-protection, right? Like, I don't want to get picked on, so I'll just withdraw and I won't show anyone stuff. And you've obviously been like, well, I'm going to show everyone, and if everyone's got a problem, I kind of wish I'd been like that at that age. Like, I'm kind of like that now. I mean, I don't go around punching people, but you can speak out the problem straight away. Do you know what I mean? Like, if someone has a go at me, I bite them like a rat. You know, like I'm like, I don't need to be the bigger man here. Like, I will fucking slam the shit out of you.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't have that when I was year 3.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that would have been better. Maybe the middle ground is verbal and not punching people. But
yeah, I think if you could solve the problems without just being a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's good to be tapped into your anger. I think it's good to be able to express anger. Not necessarily
express
violence,
it, yes, but not to that extreme.
No, I agree. But like, if you're able at a young age to articulate when a boundary's crossed, that's fucking great. Whereas I couldn't do that.
I just grew up in a violent house, so I was just a violent kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I shouldn't actually say what a great skill.
Yeah.
But I guess we all adapt into what we're around as well.
I've learned how to control it very well. That is a bonus. I don't know. I don't know if I would be as able to, like, my kid called me calm the other day, and in my head I'm like, I'm not fucking calm. What are you talking about? I'm a psychopath. And then he's like, you're always calm.
Yeah.
I was like, I suppose, like, if something does go wrong, I don't flip out. I'm just like, let's solve the problem.
Yeah. And also you've probably mellowed.
Yeah. Well,
We all mellow as we age.
well, look, in my head I'm like, nope. But he said it, and I'm like, well, you're seeing it, so I can't really argue with you.
You might be calmer than you think.
Yeah, obviously to him. In me, I'm still like, you're just not seeing it, I guess. I don't know. So you've obviously gone from books to series,
Yes.
right? Did you write the series the same as you wrote the book, or did you get someone to adapt it? What was the kind of transition between both of those?
Yeah. Should I? Oh, it's a video. Should I hold up? Where is the camera there?
Camera's
there.
there.
We go. Oh, there's the Invisible Boys rejacketed book with the series cover with the actors on it. Yeah. So it's a process that kind of goes a bit out of your hands or a lot out of your hands, depending on who options it and what happens. Essentially, it gets optioned by a production company, so it might be a director or a producer. In my case, there was a director and a producer attached who wanted the rights, so my agent and I gave it to them. And that took about 5 years. It actually takes a really long time. So it was optioned back in 2020. It hit screens on Stan as a 10-episode series February this year, 2025. So it was a long
Fresh
process.
as go watch.
Yeah. Go watch it now. Subscribe. So very long process. You have to hand your baby over to other people. And probably the good position that we were in at the time was that we had 3 production companies who wanted the rights, which doesn't happen every day.
Yeah,
and
that
so I
gives
was
you
able
a bit more like levers to be like, you can't completely destroy this.
Yeah, well, it just gave me a little bit of ability to say, okay, well, let me meet with you, and who what are you going to do? If I give you the rights, what's your plan? What's your vision? And then you can kind of pick the best fit. And frankly, everyone was great. But the one I chose, I was like, yep, this bloke gets it. And Tanya Chambers, the producer, was a powerhouse in the industry and very respected. And I was like, pretty good. Yep, that'll work. Gave them the rights, and then off they go. So they unpack it in a writer's room, and I got to be involved in the writer's room.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah, I was involved in the process. I got to be, I think I was in the writer's room for 6 episodes. So not all of them, but most of them I was able to sit there and say, yep, cool, contribute a little bit, fill in blanks that people, the other writers had maybe read the book but didn't remember something, and you'd be like, yep, this is what happened in the book or whatever. And then I got to write 2 episodes myself. So episode 4 and episode 8, which are the very Italian ones. So the book is about 4 boys, but one of them is an Italian boy, Zeke. So the Zeke episodes, I kind of got to take a hand in writing the script and that kind of thing. So that was fun. But then everything else you really hand over. So, people are like, oh, did you cast, like Pia Miranda's in it as Zeke's mum from Looking for Alabrandy. So she's kind of, Aussie screen royalty in a way. They're like, oh, did you get to cast her? And I was like, nah, I have no involvement in any of this. I just did a bit of writing and then I handed it over.
Yeah. So how far from the original do you think it is? Much or pretty close?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not just good. I mean, it's pretty close to the book.
Yeah.
Because there's, no doubt you watch TV. I watch TV as well. And sometimes you see stuff and you're like, this is so not.
Miles out.
Miles away.
Completely different fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
Which
know.
I don't always hate.
Not always. Sometimes it works out fine. Other times it works out. There's a really well-known example. Do you know World War Z?
Yes.
By Max Brooks.
Yep.
Yeah. And so his book is great. It's a really cool book. And the movie's
cool.
the movie's like a slashy zombie stock standard
zombie movie.
Yeah, Brad Pitt in the lead, I think, from memory. And it's just nothing to and Max Brooks actually came out and said the only thing it has in common with my book is the title.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
There's zombies in the title.
Yeah, and there's zombies, But his book is so intelligent and so interesting the way it attempted the whole zombie thing. And so to see it reduced to that was
They just took the branding.
Literally, right? You just take the branding. I feel like I've always felt like did you ever see that show Riverdale?
Yeah, I never watched it, but I know the show you're talking about. It's like
based
a
on the
high
Archie
schooler-
comics.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
But I felt very much that it was like they had a concept for a show that wouldn't get made. They needed an established IP to get it funded, and they're like, let's just use the Archie characters onto like. The show has nothing to do with those comic characters. It's just so far from what that represents.
Yeah, just
I
the
used to
brand
love
of it.
Archie comics as a kid as well.
So you know.
So I was like, I know. Yeah, I was just like, this is a case of let's use the title to get something made.
Yeah.
So it could have been that. Could have been any one of those. And it fucking wasn't. It
Came out close.
it's great. It came out really good. Did justice to the book, like the essence of the book. All the characters are right. All the actors did a really good job in like they did justice to the characters as well. So it feels correct. I couldn't be happier really with it. Like the end product is really schmick, spot on. There's like some changes made, but nothing that made me sit there. Like I got to watch it a couple of months before it came out, and
so you were ready
at home. So I'm like, sitting there ready to kind of because that would have been worse. I think watching the premiere in a room
like, oh my God, it sucks.
400 people around you, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
So I got to watch it ahead of time, and just end of every episode, I just kind of turned to my husband, and I'm like, this is fucking perfect. Like this is spot on. So approved.
Yeah. So imagine watching it because you would have built this world in your head. You would know what everything looks like, the colors, the whole lot. When you're watching it in the screen, you're going, man, this is what I pictured when I was writing it.
If anything, it looked better because my sister summed it up well. I'm one of 6 kids, so big kind of family from Gero. We're from Spalding, which is like
The hood.
Yeah. Of Gero. Do you know Spalding?
Yeah. Geraldton. I've seen Spalding. Yes.
Yeah. So come from Spalding, and that's our kind of area. And my sister messaged me after the show came out, and she's like, I watched it all. She's like, Gero looks a lot better from a drone shot than it does when you're in the streets. I was like, I think you're right. Like, and probably partly we take it for granted that it's actually very beautiful.
Yeah.
But maybe because we come from the hood.
It's because you see all the people.
Yeah.
And people taint a landscape easy.
I think so. And just experiences that you have, it's just home.
Yeah.
it just feels like home. It doesn't feel like anything special.
You're too comfortable with it.
Yeah. Whereas when
that's
you
the
see
same
it
as
from
like
above,
Rockingham and the beach for me.
I think
You live on one of the best beaches in the world. I'm like, I don't even like swimming.
but legit, Rockingham, if you were not a local and you had a drone shot of Rockingham, you'd be like, forget its reputation. You'd just be like, looks very nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
Drive 4 streets back to Coolingcup. You'll change your mind.
Yeah. I mean, same for Spalding. But I love Spalding. Like, I'm never going to, like, shit on the places I come from. But when you're from there, you're allowed to kind of say that.
Well, you know.
It's a bit rough.
You know the truth.
Yeah, I know the truth. I've lived there. I've walked, barefoot through all those streets. So it looked really good. And better than I imagined, I think, maybe because of those shots and just, there's some really cool shots of like canola fields in Greenough, which like just looks like big paddocks of yellow.
Yes.
But like they're really beautiful shots.
Yeah. I've got quite a funny photo from like 20. It was just before I met my ex-wife. I think it's like 2008 actually.
Yep.
And it's just me, black clothes, backwards flat cap, prancing through the
canola fields.
Yeah.
It's so iconic though.
Yeah, it's so funny. I was like, I am a fat dude. We got to do this.
Okay, well, we're going to need to like splice that into the video recording of this interview.
I'll have to find it. It's still like my Google reviewer profile picture. Yeah. So I'm like, that's funny.
I just love imagining all these businesses like, oh, we got new reviews from it. It's just like...
Well, sometimes when things pop up, I'm like, oh, I forgot I did that. It happened to me on Snapchat the other day. Someone sent me like because I don't use Snapchat, fuck all. But someone sent me like, I don't know what they called, where you have like both of your little characters pop up. And mine come out, the dude was quite fat. And I was like...
And it was you? Or
yeah, it was. And I was just like, what the fuck was I thinking when I made that? Why am I such a fat cunt? I'm not that fat, am I? Jesus.
I've been there.
I was like, I must have hated myself the day I made that. They've got to fix that up and make him lose a little bit of weight or something.
Dude. Practicing what do you call it? Kindness, being kind to yourself or whatever.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, I've got to be the most truthful I can to myself.
Yeah.
Because then it motivates me to do things better.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. But I must have hated myself that day. I must have been like, you fat fuck. Here you go. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Oh, man.
Because when I said, I was like, hey.
So I have that same regret, but not so much with, I've been overweight and obese at different times in my 20s especially. And it's not so much that, but it's like, maybe some of the haircuts I had at the time, like
You regret them?
Yeah, well, I just see them and like in the moment, like I've always had mohawks for most of my life. But there's been a few times where I did a double mohawk once.
Oh, like Keith, not
The
Richards.
Prodigy guy.
Yeah, that's dope.
You'd think, but then you look at it years later and you're like, why didn't someone stop me?
Oh man,
Because like I don't actually think it looks good. I think it looks really sick from the back.
Yeah.
From the front, it just looks like these little horns, and it just.
And you're just like, nah, that looks mean now.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it. And I did like my ratty though. I had like.
You didn't like the double mohawk.
I didn't like the double mohawk. I had a ratty a few times and used to make. I remember there was a few people on my footy team who would be like, literally go like that's disgusting. I was like, no, I rate it.
Ratty is so much worse than the double mohawk. The ratties are
probably. I would grow my ratty back. Like,
you might
maybe I might do it now.
Well, you know the new trend now is they're doing the like top ratties where they start right up the back, like from the top of the head down. Heaps of little hood rats in Rocco pulling that one, but then they've got kind of like half a bowl cut with it too. I don't know what's happening.
I'm not a fan of the bowl.
Nah, it's the bowl cut with the mullet is like 20-year-olds, but then there's like 16 and 14-year-olds running with the bowl cut and the like top ratty.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pull that. I don't know if I want to pull that off, but I didn't mind having the ratty at the
bottom ratty?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's not talk about this. This is terrible. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. I've had many terrible haircuts, but I love them. I'm like every time I'm like, that was dope. That was.
You had a mullet?
I definitely had a mullet. I had a mullet for about a year that I cut myself, and I got really, really good at cutting it. Because I grew up in a hairdresser. Like my mum's a hairdresser, so my house was a salon, and I just
get whatever you wanted.
No, because I stopped trusting her with my hair.
Oh,
so I like still don't trust hairdressers to this day because they never do what I want. Every time I get my hair cut, I'm like, fuck, it's nowhere near what I want it to do.
Yeah.
But I got really good at like fading it in with just like looking in the mirror and fading in a mullet, and everyone's like, how the fuck is this so premium? I'm just like, I know how to cut a mullet.
Premium, man.
So whenever someone has like an alfalfa with a mullet, I'm just like, who cut this?
Yeah.
If you didn't cut this yourself, your hairdresser sucks, dude.
Yeah. Okay, I'm jealous. I wish I had a mullet. I would have liked to have a mullet. I've never had one.
The mullet was good. I used to dye my hair when I was in high school. I was like, before girls dyed their hair, I was dyeing my hair like blue and orange and shit.
Yeah.
And I wanted stripes at one point.
It's punk, man.
I was a skateboarder that just like breaking rules and like
skateboarder culture is like right there next to punk.
It is. It is to a degree. But I also used to wear really baggy clothes. So I was like, what we called like fresh back in the day. There was fresh and Hesh. Hesh was like cunts that would wear like super tight jeans when they were skating. And then fresh was dudes that were wearing 5XL shirts.
Yeah, okay.
So I was wearing crap that was like enormous, but then had like blue hair.
Yeah, okay.
And it was like, what the fuck are you? And I was like, I'm different.
I was gonna say, you just been like loose unit.
I just
doing your thing.
I just like to be whatever wasn't fitting in kind of thing. I don't know why. I had this like in my head. I was like,
I like to break the rules, man.
Yeah, I just didn't. I was like, I don't want to fit this mold. This sucks.
That was like I had multicolored mohawks for most of my life, and like it was the same thing. I'm not a skateboarder. Like I've tried to get on a skateboard a few times in my life, and I'm extremely unco. And so I just
fuck this.
I just fall off. Like it's just not. I'd love to have it for the cred. Like I think that would be really great to have been a skateboarder. I suck at it. But I loved the punk thing. I love punk music. I love punk rock, and the punk aesthetic was like just a big like
fuck you to everyone else. Yeah,
it just felt good.
Yeah,
so
fuck yeah.
So
how does that like translate into writing? Because like there is some writers like Hunter S. Thompson, I would call like they would have been a punk because they were like anti-establishment, completely confused, writing about everything they can possibly figure out, but they didn't look it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, do you think you would have like, do you act out in the way of that? Or is it just like your writing is kind of still not as punk, but it's like your world?
Yeah, I think, I can't believe I've already crushed one of these.
Don't worry.
This is going to get loose. Shit's going to get loose.
Don't worry.
At this rate.
Standard on this podcast.
Let me resupply myself. Oh, it might be in the... Oh, no, I've got one here.
In the esky bag that you can't see.
Esky as well.
Yeah. I'm deliberately keeping it off camera because it's really shit ass.
It
does the job.
It's functional is the way we would describe it.
My actual one's gone.
Physically works.
Yeah.
Look, in terms of punk, I mean, like Charlie. So Charlie's one of the 4 leads of Invisible Boys. He's the punk. He's got the blue hair in the show and then the red hair. In the book, he doesn't, but he's a punk through and through. So I think, to be honest, I think that's why I got published, because when I was first trying to be a writer, I was trying to be like, be as normal as possible. Like, you've got to be commercially successful. You've got to find a way to get published. It's really hard. So I wrote a book that was like, as not as generic as possible, but kind of.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, don't put in anything that's weird or controversial. No sex, no drugs, no nothing. And so it was this very bland fantasy novel, and it never got published because when I sent it to agents, trying to please everyone, and ended up pleasing no one because everyone was like, this is a bit nothing.
Yeah.
So it was when I wrote Invisible Boys that I was like, I was in a headspace of, it was that kind of thing. It was like, okay, I've spent 3 years of my life. This is in my 20s, like the late 20s. Spent 3 years of my life writing this fantasy novel that no one wanted. I lost my job at the same time. And I just remember feeling like I was 28. I remember feeling like I had nothing. Like, I was like, I've spent all my life, like, I worked really hard in my job, and I was a very good, like, corporate employee. Like, I'll do the right thing, and I'll do the extra stuff, and I'll stay back at work until 8 p.m. every other night, because I was like, that'll go down well. They just fire you anyway. Like, when they restructure
It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, when they restructure a department, they just go, fire everyone. They don't care. And so that happened at roughly the same time that my book was rejected. And so the whole thing left me feeling like I'm unemployed. I just quit smoking as well, so it just left me in this headspace of being like grumpy as fuck. So unemployed, I have no book. I've told everyone I'm going to be a writer, but I have no book now. And I need a fucking cigarette, and I can't have one. And so it just ended up being this. Like, all my anger, all my rage, all my punk feelings, everything just went like, fuck you, world. Like, if nothing I've done so far is going to work, then I'm just going to say whatever the fuck I want. And that's what I did. And it was so fucking fun. Like, I had the best time writing Invisible Boys. I wrote it in 2 months in middle of 2017. And it was just like that feeling of...
You went back to childhood.
Yeah, probably. It was like, I'll just fucking be me.
Sorry, you can hear that in this street.
I kind of like that. But yeah, that was the vibe. It was a very punk novel. And that's kind of what worked, to be honest. So my next book, The Brink, also kind of pushed boundaries and did things that you're not meant to do. And King of Dirt is my first book for adults. I should hold that one up because that's the current book I'm flogging. But that's my first book for adults, and it was just also, like, it's very sexual and it's very raunchy. It's 18 plus, but it's allowed to be because it's for adults.
Yeah.
But I think everything I do is kind of a little bit on some level punk.
Yeah.
If I wanted to just purely sell books, I would be writing thrillers. Very, very safe thrillers, because crime sells really well.
Yeah, okay.
But I've always just been like, no, just let me say what I want to fucking say.
Yeah.
So if it means sex and drugs and rock and roll and talking about bad mental health, talking about trauma, talking about how I feel, talking about masculinity, let me do all of it.
Yeah.
And so I'm having fun. It doesn't make as much money as the big crime writers.
But it makes you happy.
It makes me happy.
Yeah. So you think if that coincidence of, 3 terrible things happening once, I mean, to keep you disciplined to continue not smoking when you're like, this is all I need, it'll make me happy, and not doing it is dope on its own. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, and I fucking hate smoking more than anything.
Good. Don't start.
It's too hard. There's no chance I'm starting.
It's just really hard to quit. It's just so addictive.
Yeah. I mean, I've had them, like, nicotine pouches.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, fuck you up. They make me piss.
Oh,
Yeah.
I lived on nicotine patches for like about 2 years. Because during that time, I'd quit smoking.
But you're like, I still need to drip feed me.
Yeah, I stayed on the patches because I was so fucking angry and grumpy.
Yeah.
And I needed a smoke so bad. So I swear, you're meant to stay on them for like a few weeks.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Wean yourself down to the smaller ones, and I just kept whacking them on.
I think they know what they're doing. They're like, this is just a replacement of that one.
Yeah, and I mean, do you know what? Fine, like, it stopped me smoking. So,
But yeah, so that catalyst of like, lost your job where you're like, I've been working my fucking ass off to do everything you want, to do the right, and you've just gone, nope. And then I've been working my ass off 3 years to write this, and everyone's just gone, nope.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that, if that didn't happen, do you reckon you would have wrote The Invisible Boys?
No. To me, that, like, at the time it felt like really shit. It felt like
Everything was pointless.
Everything was like getting all the agents rejecting me. One of them phoned me and And usually agents, if they phone you, they're signing you.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to reject you, they just send a form email saying,
They don't
sorry,
give
it's
a
not
shit.
for us. Or, frankly, these days, agents are just so overwhelmed. They get thousands and thousands of writers trying to get signed. They don't have time to send the rejection. So you just never hear from them.
Yeah.
So if you get a phone call, your reaction is, holy shit, agent's calling me. So I like respond to this dude and I'm like, so great to hear from you. Like, thank you so much. And he's like, oh, Holden, you might want to hear what I have to say first before you say it's good to hear from me. And I was like, you just feel your guts fall out of you, like through your feet. And you're like, all right.
You must have had some kind of potential they could see, but for them to call you up and go, hey, this is what you've done wrong.
Yeah.
That's more than what most people get.
Yeah. Theoretically, it was good to get a phone call, a rejection phone call. It was a 30-minute rejection phone call. I don't know if you've ever been rejected for that long. It's very hard.
That's, fuck, how did you cope?
Yeah, not well. Not a fan.
Yeah.
But it was like he wasn't being a cunt. He was kind of like, if you did this, and if you changed this, and if you changed this, and if you changed this, maybe I'd consider it. And I was just like, sorry, that's not, like, it just wasn't, that's not what I'm writing. That's not what I'm doing.
But also, you were trying to appease people. So it's funny that you still went, that's not what I'm doing, even though that first book was that.
Yeah, I think, maybe that was a moment of realizing that I don't want to go down that road. But because if I had no principles and I was just like, let me get published and let me get paid some money, which there's not that much money in publishing anyway, but I would have just changed it. But hearing him say all that, I was like, no, that's really not what this is. So that the thing that changed for me was in that conversation, he said something about like, your writing is competent. Like it's...
So he knew he's seen something.
Okay. But it was like it wasn't special. There's no heart in it. So that was a catalyst. That phone call was a big catalyst for me. After I spent about a month on the couch after that, kind of drunk and crying and sad.
Getting through it.
It's not nice. Like it genuinely felt like I'd wasted 3 years.
Yeah.
But I
know the feeling.
Yeah. Well, I think most artists or anyone doing anything entrepreneurial know that feeling of like push. Yeah. And you're waiting to get somewhere, and then one day, just one rejection fucks you up. You know,
Well, it's just like the final realization that that's not good.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah,
fuck.
yeah, and it's like, oh, this isn't like, and in that moment, it felt like hell because it's like, start again, go away, write a whole new book. If you want this career, start all over again. It's a fucking horrible thing to have to realize.
Yeah, because it's not even like start from a starting post. It's just 100%. What you've done is not good. Don't do that again, but do it again.
Yeah. And just somehow find the will to keep going, you know? And like I was working so by the time I got that rejection, I don't think I had any jobs, or maybe I just started looking for jobs because I'd lost that main one that I had. But so you're kind of recovering and I was working 4 casual jobs. I remember it was just insane. Oof. I was working 4 different casual jobs.
Did you have some like disgusting loans or something? Like what?
I was drowning in credit card debt at the time because I was trying to take time off to write my book. So I had been working 4 days a week, but it fucked me up. So I was carrying, I forget, thousands, like 5 figures of credit card debt.
Yep.
And
not the spot you want to be in.
No. And so I was like, okay, lost my job, got all this debt, lost my book, and like now I have to start all over again. So, but it was a kind of like, I'm not saying it was a good thing, but it was in a way.
Yeah, like a bottom of well to make you fucking climb back out.
That's it. And it was just literally like, it was such a total rock bottom point that I was like, I describe it as like, I went black behind the eyes. And I don't really know what I mean by that, but I just mean like, I just kind of went like total rage. I'm not going to let life beat me.
Yeah.
And like, fuck this. I will. Like, I was like, I've wanted this since I was 7. I was born to do this. So like, fuck the world for saying no to me. I'm going to make it say yes.
Yeah.
And it felt very like pure willpower. I will get there.
Yeah.
So that was the moment. And like, fucking not to like blow smoke up my own ass, but I fucking did it.
It worked. it clearly worked. It's a fucking show now as well.
Yeah. Like, and it did well, you know? But, you know, and that was not easy either. Like, every major publisher in Australia rejected that book.
Oh, really?
Everyone. Yeah. It was like, we love this book. It's beautiful, but too hard to market it, and we don't know.
Yeah, too much, too far to exactly what you want it to do.
Too graphic, too adult to be marketed to young adults and teenagers.
Yeah.
But it's too teenage to be fully marketed to adults. So
realistically, you did have like that spot. Like you had I'm not running everyone else's race. I've got my race. This is it. Someone needs to realize what the fuck I've done.
That's right.
Yeah.
But almost no one did. And then eventually Fremantle Press read the manuscript and they gave me something called the Hungerford Award, which is a book contract, and $12,000. All of which I think I used to pay down my credit card debt.
Good move.
And I remember finding out horrifically, like I was on stage. It wasn't at the Hungerford Award, but it was somewhere shortly after. And I was feeling good about winning 12 grand. Like it felt like, like I can pay down 12 grand of my credit card debt and life's going to get better. And I've got a book deal and I've got, and I remember being on stage and there's an audience looking, and then like the CEO of the Australian Society of Authors was there doing a talk and I was introducing her or whatever. And she got there saying, and we really want to push the government to make literary prizes tax-free because at the moment they're all taxed. And I'm standing there on stage and I didn't know that yet. Like it was brand new information. So you just see my face go like, oh, like I'm not getting 12 grand. I'm getting like 9 grand.
Yeah. They're going to
tax man's getting 3 or 4. Yeah. Anyway, that is all a sidebar, but that is to say that this book is like the little book that could, because it just did not have an easy run. And then somehow it just found its way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like getting rejected on, was that the second book you've ever written, like proper book, or did you have some before the fantasy one?
No, that was the second book. So the fantasy book was the first one I ever pitched, and no one wanted that. Invisible Boys was the second book.
Yep.
And that was agented, so my agent was shopping it around.
Okay, so you weren't personally being like, no.
No, but she was filtering the
The
rejections to me. I kind of said like, look, all the big publishers have said no to it. There's this Hungerford thing that Fremantle Press runs. I said like, let's just give that a bash because maybe. That worked out. I'm very glad it did. Like we need small presses like Fremantle Press that they like push WA books.
Yeah.
And it's like for some of us that's the first place we can get published.
Yeah.
And other East Coast publishers might have seen that and gone, well, they did. They saw it and they went, nah.
Not for us.
It's not quite commercial enough. But these guys were like, no, there's something to this. So
they were fucking right.
They were fucking right. It's an Aussie bestseller. It obviously got made into the TV show. It won a lot of awards. But the cool thing is it has led to like tons and tons and tons of fan mail. So I hear from so many people, mostly blokes, and I hear their stories. I get to hear everything they go through, and they're like, this book is like me as a teenager. And it's the stuff that blokes don't get to talk about much, about mental health, about all that stuff. And so I'm pretty honoured by that because I'm like, this was needed.
Yeah, especially if people they're pouring out about it. They're like, man, I can talk to you about this because you know it, you get it.
That's literally it. Yeah. So if you see, I did a gig recently in Gero, back in the hometown, with Michael Trant, who's a mate of mine. He's another writer. But he writes thrillers. And so he was sitting next to me in the signing line. And he turned to me at the end and he's like, that's one of the coolest signing lines I've ever been next to. Because as a thriller writer, you chat to people about the book.
Yeah.
And he's like, but you get to, people tell me their stories and people say, what it meant to them. And they say stuff like it helped them process their trauma from when they were young.
It's not just entertainment.
No, it's doing something for people.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Not what I intended. I wanted to just be a safe novelist. But it's a cool silver lining.
But obviously the safe novelist isn't the path. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not for me. I mean, it is and I'm not dissing the safe path.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people who write really good thrillers and really good romance and really good whatever, and it works.
Yeah.
But I guess it wasn't meant for me. I would have liked that. I would have liked to sell 8 million copies of my books instead of tens of thousands of copies.
You're not dead yet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, fingers. But maybe these will start selling millions.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy. As I said, the first one's a bestseller, and the other ones are selling well. But you look at genre fiction, and it sells internationally 8 million copies, and you're like, I wouldn't mind a little bit of that money. I wouldn't say no.
Yeah, I do think it's much of a muchness, but the more you do anything, the better you get, the more you narrow down your own niche, the more you're going to become that person in that spot.
Yeah.
For me as a comedian, in the last month, I've been asked this question more times than ever. I've been doing it. It was like, who are you like? And I don't know how to answer the question. I'm like, I don't actually. Yeah. I'm not like anyone because I'm not trying to be anyone. I'm trying to be me.
Just doing your thing.
Yeah, I was like, and the first time I asked it, I was like, I actually don't know how to answer it. Then I started thinking about it, and they're going to ask it 3 more fucking times. And every time I'm like, now my answer is, I don't have a person that I'm like.
Yeah, okay.
Because if I did, then I wouldn't be me, and I wouldn't be doing what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to take the version I know that me is funny and give it to you so you can laugh at me.
Yeah, but are you asked this by promoters who are like, how do we sell you? Or are you asking this by people who are like...
One of them was a promoter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, one of them was a promoter. The other people were just people I was chatting to about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a weird thing of the entertainment industry. I'm putting writers in there very gently because we're not really entertainers, but we kind of are.
You're the backbone of fucking entertainment.
Well, we get asked for like comp titles. So when you're pitching your books anywhere, they're like, so what's it like? What other books is your book like? And you're like... It's just kind of what you're saying. I struggle with it a lot because I'm like, well, I'm just doing me, and I'm actually a bit weird. Like my books are not just like anyone else.
Yeah,
it's really hard.
It's such an odd like, and why does it have to be like something else?
Yeah.
Like we're not trying to fucking create new Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Some people are just been like, I know some shit that I ain't seen before.
Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen to this shit.
I hear you. Yeah, we're not all, but the industry is geared towards like, how do we make money? How do we commercialize? So therefore, we need to know how do we sell you?
Yeah.
And so, what do you like? What other product in the market can we say that you're like? It's just so hard.
I know how to sell things that people haven't seen before. That's kind of, I think, why I see it differently. Obviously, it's not what they do, and they're not their whole process. But I just go like, all the best of the best weren't somebody else first.
Yes.
They were who they were. And then they fucking started peeking up and going, oh, this is amazing, this new thing.
Yeah.
And then it's, I was chatting to a consultant the other day. I bought some microphones for my cameras off him. And he said, the first to be second. Because he does stuff for mining companies. And he goes, they all want to be the first to be second.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just like, what do you mean? He goes, they don't want to innovate, fuck all.
They don't want to pioneer.
Nah, but as soon as someone else does, they were like, yep, get us on board.
That's the thing. It's like once someone proves that there's a market for something and that it works, everyone wants to fill that void and replicate it.
We want to steal from that. It's like, why don't you just fucking be good first?
You know, it's interesting you say that because my husband's always said, you're a pioneer. And I was like, that's a nice thing to say, but that sounds very highfalutin, you know?
Yeah.
But I think to some degree he was right. It was like, I was just writing in a space that was not really commercially seen as viable, but once you do it,
people come out of the woodwork for it.
People, you know, and you prove that, sometimes things that don't fit the mold actually do serve, like a lot of people are there for it. So,
yeah. And a lot of people do want to see things they haven't seen before. Like, I'm not a huge movie and TV person anymore. I used to be, but that's the problem. I've watched so much that I can, like, and I'm like got really good pattern recognition. I watch a movie and I'm like halfway in, I'm like, I know how it ends.
Oh, you're just seeing the tropes. And
you're like, no, okay, yeah, I know. And then
how do you do? But I don't know if I'm dumb or if I'm just like, I just prefer not to know. But like, I'll watch any thriller and I won't have a clue who did it.
Really?
Ever.
Oh man, the whole time I'm just like,
are you like you're trying to work it out?
Figuring it out. It's like a puzzle.
I never ever try. Like, but I don't even think I could if I tried. I think I'm too dumb. I'm just like, let me follow like what's happening, and I'll just let the writers tell me what I meant to, I'll be surprised at the plot twist. But I know other people who watch it and be like, it's so obvious. It's such and such. And
then like some ones that are like really good is they know what you know. So they deliberately hide specific things. Like Scooby-Doo was really good for back in the day, where they would deliberately hide the things and not give you the information you need to pick who it was.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, oh, it's this guy, it's this guy, this guy, this guy. Actually, it's this guy. And then they'll give you all this like, man, you have given the smallest amount of fucking facts to get that, you assholes.
I feel like it's better when it's all there on the table and a clever viewer could have worked it out.
Yeah.
It's not as fun when it's all hidden.
Yeah. That's the best of it.
Yeah, agree.
But I do ruin movies for people sometimes. And it's, I haven't done it in a while actually, because I've just refused to watch shit. But I used to be like, this is going to happen at the end.
Yeah.
They're like, shut the fuck up.
Not helping.
I'm like, well, look, it's good. I can't help myself. But I think the more like, for people like me who see that, you see the patterns, it's hard to watch stuff that's not different.
Yeah.
Because you get it and you're like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
On board. Move on. Next one. What's weirder? Let's go. What's over here? So, if there isn't people like you writing something new outside of it, what are we going to be stuck with? Bullshit forever.
Yeah, I think it's important. I think it's important to have people who. Jeez, I nearly sent that flying. I think it's important people. Good. I am a dropper and a spiller. But no, I think it's good to have people who break the mold creatively, and it's worked out for me, and it's opened up. Like I get a lot of the library events I do. So I've been on book tour recently around the country, and Adelaide and different places, Melbourne as well, Sydney, and my audiences, the librarians, have kind of come to me afterwards, and they're like, "We have never seen so many blokes in a library ever," and I was like, "Fuck yeah." Like I'm extremely proud of that.
Yeah.
Because my readers are guys who often haven't read since high school, and they find my books. They're about what they want to talk about. They're about working class men. They're about men's issues, and they're accessible. They're not. I don't write super literary kind of. It's just plain kind of prose. Lots of swearing, and I'm really proud of that. Like I'm really proud of bringing those guys into libraries for the first time in how many years in their life. Yeah. So there is a reward for breaking the mold.
Yeah. Well, you're bringing people back to something they haven't used in eons. Yeah. A library. I've literally only gone to the library to print things when my printer breaks. Yeah. And why else? I'm like, why would I go here? I don't. Yeah. But it's that thing of bringing people into a place. The first time I went to the library around here, I was like, what the fuck? This place, it's got DVDs, it's got fucking everything in there, special rooms.
What's that here? Is that like Rockingham? Or
Baldivis. We've got one like just down the road.
Okay, right. Yep.
Yeah. Rocco. So I think Rockingham's got a library as well, and then there was a Safe Bay library. That's like ancient. That looks like an op shop.
Yep. There's one in Warnbro. I've been to Warnbro.
Yeah, Warnbro one.
Is it Warnbro or Warnbro?
I call it Warnbro.
Warnbro. Okay. But
Warnbro has been said.
Yeah. I've been there a couple of times.
I think the bra is probably incorrectly spelled, but same as like Melbourne.
Yeah.
You don't say Melbourne, you say Melbourne.
Yeah. But I do know that library, and I've been there. They had me as a writer in residence once years ago because it's like attached to a high school. Yeah. So that was fun.
I went to that school in year 12.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Violent. That was
Was it?
Not the first place someone pulled a knife on me, but I got
Bloody hell.
Yeah, I had a knife put on me there. I had adults come into school to fight me there. Fuck. Yeah. And they got into the school. Yeah.
Man, that is like I've said so many times Rockingham is like Gero, and it just feels like here's another example.
I've got a mate from Rocco that moved to Gero, and he's like, yep, it's just Gero far away. Like the same place.
Yeah. I've heard the same about Kalgoorlie as well. It's like Kalgoorlie is Gero is just Cal by the sea or something.
Oh, really?
Apparently. So similar kind of vibes. Yeah. Regional. I mean, Rockingham's close enough to the city that it's not fully regional anymore, I guess. But it has those vibes.
Still has, yeah. It's a lot more country. Where I live in Baldivis, this used to be the country to me. Yeah. We'd be like, who the fuck would move out to the country?
It's still it totally feels to me it feels like a regional city for sure. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I've started talking about geography.
You're from Geraldton. Imagine me like, I can't speak about that place. I only went there 3 years ago.
Did you?
4 years ago during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, drove. I did like a road trip up to Carragini and then came back through Geraldton.
Oh, yeah.
And when we got to Geraldton, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I thought it was small. Ah. And then when we were there, I was like, this place is huge.
Yeah, it's a city.
Yeah.
It is a city, yeah. And I think that's probably the thing of, like, when I write about it as well, you kind of have to talk about it in terms of, like, it's a small town because the vibes are small town.
It's just all you think about.
Yeah, but it's physically bigger.
Yeah.
Like it is 40,000 people, but it's 4 hours north of Perth, isolated as fuck. There's nothing anywhere. And
40,000 people to a lot of people is still tiny.
Yeah, but also the environment is still, if you're different in a town like that,
it spreads.
It's not that, people talk and you can't walk down the street without seeing someone you went to school with or your brother used to work with or, you know what I mean? Like there's no privacy, there's no anonymity, whether it's a town of 4,000 people or 40,000. You can't
fuck off to the suburb over and be like,
No. And that was my thing growing up. I was like, I can't be myself here. Like everyone talks, everyone knows everything. So there was no freedom.
Yeah.
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 Love the town, but there was no freedom there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When it comes to like releasing stuff into the public, right? I've got a friend, and this is where this idea comes from because I'm the fucking opposite. I don't give a shit. I'm like, take it, people. Like, if you don't like it, I don't give a shit.
Yep.
I've got a musician friend, has banks of songs,
Yep.
and they're insanely good.
Yeah.
Won't release them ever.
Really?
And he's just like, no, it's not ready yet. No, it's not ready yet. And I've met a few people like that. But this one specifically does my head in. So I'm like, I'm going to break into a computer one day and steal your shit.
Yeah, just put it out there.
Yeah, and just release it.
What's
and
the
be like,
worst that happens is some people don't like it, I guess.
yeah. So did you ever have like a fear to release something? Like when you were like putting the Pokemon fan fiction out, were you like, maybe I shouldn't do this? Because you obviously knew not to bring it to the people around you.
Yeah.
But then like, was there something that kind of went, fuck, maybe I shouldn't put it to them either?
Oh, that's a good question. I think in those like teenage years, doing fan fiction in forums felt really safe because it was kind of anonymous. So
yeah, there was still no way to track it back to you.
Didn't feel like a big risk. And because I think I liked as well, I started writing that when I was about 13 and I kept going till, I think I finished it when I was about 23. So I was in my 20s when I finished it, but
10 years of writing.
it was a lot. And that was like 4 books of content, 4 books of that story. What was I going to say? It felt like this will be a good training ground for me. That's how I felt, even at the age of 13. Because I was like, because it's fan fiction, the IP isn't mine. So I can't sell it, and also no one can steal it. So it felt like that was safe because I can put it out there as long as I'm not making money from it. The Nintendo Game Freak people aren't going to try to sue me or shut me down. They know that fans do this. I'm not generating income from it. I'm just putting it up as a fan. So that was safe. No one can steal it and publish it in a book because it's trademarked. Like it's copyrighted by them. So it just felt like a really good way to cut my teeth and get practice and get feedback. And I used to get guys from like university guys. I'm 13, 14, and there'll be guys who are 19 or 20 or whatever. And they'd be like, great chapter. Now here's all the stuff you did wrong grammatically.
Really?
Yeah. And the first time I got that, I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, I would have been like, fuck off.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
I was kind of like that. I was like, fuck you. Who do you think you are? But actually over time I started to take it as like, this is really useful. Like, great. Like, and it was never rude. It
wasn't a dig. It was a help.
It wasn't a dig. And you work out that this guy is just trying to be like, I really liked this. This is what I enjoyed. Here's the errors you've made in your syntax and your writing. And I was like, all right. And I learned and I got better and better and better. And that helped me. So, it helped me to put it out at that stage and get like training. It felt like training.
Yeah.
Like an apprenticeship or something. And probably with books, I never share it with my family or friends until it's published.
Yeah.
Because I never want someone to get there and be like, oh, you shouldn't.
Because you might start changing it as well.
Yeah. 100%. If someone came to me and was all like, oh, I don't think you should have said that, I'd get in my head about, oh, maybe I shouldn't. And so
I get the same with jokes when I test them on my friends.
Well, yeah.
I test it on them and they don't laugh. And I'm like, oh, it mustn't be funny. And then I'm like, no, just make sure you do it on stage.
Stick to your guns. Yeah.
Do it on stage.
See how it
Gets a
goes with
laugh.
an audience. Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm a retard.
I think that's a better way. If you get in your head, if you take on every bit of feedback, like feedback is good to some extent, but it's also not.
Yeah.
Because you don't want people going, like, my books are...
But it's their fear, not your fear.
That's right.
Yeah.
My books are dirty and my books are whatever. And other people would have said, oh, I don't think you should say that. And I think you should share that information with the world. And... I was very much like this. I was just like, no. I'm a punk and fuck it and bring it on. But I have to admit, every single time I put a book out, there's a time, for some reason for me, it's always like as I'm getting into the shower. And so I'll always like, it'll be the day that my publisher says, everything's been done, the book is off to print at the printers. And so I'm like, there's nothing else I can do now. Like it's out of my hands.
Yeah.
It's too late. The machine is in process.
Fuck.
Yeah. And it's always, for some reason, I'll get in the shower, have a shower, I'll listen to music while I'm in the shower. And I always have a moment in the shower on that day where I'm like, fuck, what have I done?
Yeah.
Like I can't change this. And I've said something and I can't change it. Like that's a moment every book has happened to me.
Do you know why that might happen in the shower?
Tell me, because I'm so befuddled by why it hits me in the shower every time.
So supposedly running water over your body helps your brain think better.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be it.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, because I used to have some of my like best thoughts in the shower.
Yeah.
I still do. But,
Yeah.
like when it was like, I used to be, I'd sit in there for half an hour and I'd just like, come these like awesome ideas. I'm like, why is this fucking so much better there? I thought it was because it was like, you cancel out all the noise of the world. But then I read up on it and so running water on your body It's like sitting in a waterfall is the same effect.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so your brain just starts processing information better or something.
Yeah, it starts like working better.
That would explain a lot for me.
Oh, there we go.
But I always feel like I've consumed that many substances in my life that all I have left is like 2 brain cells kind of. Do you know what I mean? They're just pinging around there.
It might be the opposite.
They're doing the best. No, but like they're doing the best they can. They're like fucking exhausted. So probably they get in the shower and they get a little bit of reprieve and they start thinking better.
Yeah.
Maybe the 3rd brain cell wakes up. And that's the moment I go, oh, was this a good idea to write a book about this? I don't know if it was. Like, what are people going to think? I really do have a little panic, but it lasts literally the length of a shower.
Yeah.
And then
you start spiraling on it as well?
Yeah, but just for 5-10 minutes, and then I'm like, well, it's at the printers.
You rationalise it.
What am I? And I wouldn't have written it if I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
You know, I meant it. I wanted to say it. So, fuck it. It's gonna happen. Yeah. It's gonna happen. I'm hitting my 3rd bourbon, so
get me one.
If she gets loose after this, we're both on our 3rd bourbon.
I'll keep up with you. This is how it works.
This is why I did. This is really why I said yes to this podcast.
You're like, he drinks, we're on.
He drinks, I drink, we're on. But I also have to say, I love that you, independently of me, like you didn't know I drank Woodstock, and you bought Woodstock.
I'll have one if you want. I've got a 10-pack.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that's like, it could not be more perfect. Well, like, you just bought them.
That was the bottle shop that did that.
Yeah, right.
Have you heard of synchronicities? A Carl Jung thing? But
I know of Carl Jung, but I don't know the synchronicity thing.
So synchronicities is you'll see patterns in your normal life that kind of lead you on the right way. And if things like line up, then it's meant to be.
Okay, right.
Cheers. I used to ignore that shit.
Yep.
And sometimes you feel like a little bit of lunatic when you're like, these numbers mean this, and these numbers mean that. I'll do it.
It's meant to be. Yeah.
But then I just kind of go like, if something kind of goes like points at something like, hey, you should do that. I'm like, all right.
Yep.
It's not worked out badly for me yet.
Yeah, no.
So why not?
I think there is a big... to me, it's the same thing as just follow your gut. And for me, I always follow my gut. And
yeah, that's what it is. It's meant to be like the universe
the gut thing.
Agreeing with your gut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have never, ever regretted following my gut. If I have a bad feeling about signing a contract or working with someone or whatever, like, I always follow it.
Yeah.
And every time... it has always proven to be like that person has proven to be a cunt.
Yeah.
And I've been like, thank fuck I didn't sign that contract. Thank fuck I didn't sign that document because my gut told me don't do it. So I fully believe in gut, universe, whatever. I don't care how woo-woo it sounds.
Yeah.
I'm not a hippie, but yeah. I'm on the same page as you.
Yeah, well, because what it was, you were like, oh, cool, because I'm bringing bourbons. Oh, sweet, I'll go down to the bottle shop. And usually I'll buy like Bundy's or rum or something.
Yep.
But I went down there, Bundy's were mega priced, and the last time I drank them, they fucked my stomach up.
Yep.
And I was like, well, what am I going to buy? And then I was just like, what's priced at what? Because I'm a bit of a tight ass. And then it was 10-pack of Woodstock of $40.
Yep.
I was like,
we love our woodies. Yeah.
He said bourbon. It's fucking a deal. I haven't drank them in a while. Let's go.
I love me woodies. I got one... They sent me I got to be like a poster boy for Woodstock bourbon one time.
Oh, man.
They put me in an ad and they sent me a fucking carton.
Is that it?
Yeah, no, and I had it on my shoulders and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I got to be in an ad and I was like, fuck yeah, this is going to happen all the time now.
That was it. Yeah.
It was once, but I was still like, I've been drinking this since fucking forever.
Man, I used to like Real McCoy's, Woodstock, everything back in the day when they're like $30 a carton.
Yeah, it's just they're cheap and they fuck you up real quick.
They work. They're good. They're not disgusting.
Yeah,
like I've had.
And they're not disgusting. Yeah.
I've drank some shit where like fuck, like beer. I don't drink beer at all. Cannot drink it. Everyone's like, just get used to it. I was like, that defeats the purpose. It tastes like shit.
I feel like I should be enjoying this the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, that was the universe, but that's what you get. I was like,
there you go. Well, universe has brought Woodstock into our lives.
Very good move. All right. So, going from Jero, obviously you figured out you're like, I got to get out of here. Writing's not going to work here. People that are here aren't going to understand it.
Yeah.
How big a difference did you notice after you left? Like when you finally go, I'm out. Did you start sharing your books with people around you, or your writing with people around you, or did you still keep it just the internet?
Do you know my first year at uni was actually fucking horrible. I remember, because in a way it should have been like, I'm free, I'm in the big city, I found other writers and geeks, and Yeah. And it was, I just felt so like a fish out of water.
Yeah, full outcasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a uni environment. I had never, I'd always been a country boy. And this is something that is so hard to communicate to people who aren't from the country or aren't from a working class background.
Yeah.
So no one in my family had a uni degree. My parents, I love them and I respect them. They've done very well for themselves. But they don't come from backgrounds where it was like university or academia and that kind of thing. So I rock up at a uni as this kind of 18-year-old, been working as a labourer with dad, get on the piss with my mates on the weekends. That's my life.
Yeah.
And you rock up in a world where everyone's reading literary stuff and
Fancy
referencing
words.
all
You're like,
this-
I don't know what the fuck that means.
yeah, referencing all this fancy stuff. And I felt like such a fish out of water. I felt
Yeah.
so judged and I felt like I don't belong here at all. And so after I made it through my first year. I hated it. And after that first year, I went back home to Jero for the summer. So like 4 months pretty much.
Yeah.
Uni breaks are really long. So I went back to Jero for 4 months, worked as a labourer with dad, and I got home and I said to my parents, I'm quitting uni. Sorry, it wasn't for me. And they're like, well, we'll support you either way. And, you know, they were good. They were really good, but they're like, okay, if that's what you want, you know, as long as you're happy. So I went back to work with dad, working on the excavator and digging trenches and that kind of thing, back in Jero. And I actually had a really good time doing that. But I got to the end of that summer and I was like, what if I could be both? Like, what if I could be this guy and also, oh, Jesus. You know, what if I could be this guy and also rock up at a uni? And what if I could write about this stuff and it wasn't two separate things?
Yeah.
But it was all together. And so at the end of that summer, I was like, change my mind. I'm going to go give it another crack. I went back to uni and the first assignment I had was a short story. And so I wrote a short story called A Man.
A man?
A Man.
Yeah.
It's just called A Man. And it was about a man. And it was about a labourer who was a drinker and he got his girlfriend pregnant and now they were dealing with that. And to me, that was what changed the whole game. Because I was putting myself on the page. I wasn't trying to be anything fancy. I wasn't trying to fit in with everyone. I was writing a bogan labourer dude.
Yep.
But it was me writing, but also me being me. And that's the first story I wrote. And it's also the first story I ever got published.
Oh.
So, yeah, so my lecturer read it and was like, high distinction. Like, you're a good writer. And she's like, you should submit this to literary magazines and journals and see like what happens. So I sent it out and a place called Indigo Journal at the time picked it up and was like, you know, it was the first time I ever got paid for my writing.
Second year uni.
Second year uni, I was 20. I think it was $150. It was not a big payment.
It's still good.
But in the moment, I
Yeah.
was like, I've just been paid for my writing.
Mm.
And it felt like a little omen from the universe, if we can call it that if you keep going down this road, it will pay off. And so that's where it began. Like, it was my first publishing credit. I got to speak at the launch. They did a launch at the Fremantle Arts Centre and I got to read my story and meet some other writers and that kind of thing. And that's when it all started to click. That's when I started to kind of meet other writers and go to events and find a bit of a voice.
Yeah.
And find a way to be me, but also be in that world.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling. But I got it when I was way younger. I got it in year one.
Year one?
Yeah, year one. So, like, I grew up in Frankston until I was about 6. And Frankston is the Rockingham, Victoria.
Yeah, it's Melbourne, right? Or
Yeah.
out of Melbourne?
Yeah, it's literally just Melbourne, Victoria.
Okay, right.
Yeah, it's fucking working class, blue collar, rough cunts. It was just, when I moved from there to here, it was different. But we didn't move straight here.
Yep.
We moved to an apartment block in Como.
Oh, yeah.
So for year one, I was in Como Primary School.
Oh, very, very different demographic.
Oh, yeah. And so I'm just like little dickhead. I probably had a frollet at the time. And I remember being the dumbest kid there.
Fuck.
I felt like the dumbest. I had no friends. I didn't make any friends because I was so stupid. And it was because you go from like, they call it preps in Victoria. I think it still counts as like pre-primary here, but that math didn't add up when I was young. And I was just like walking around this school feeling like the dumbest cunt.
Yeah, fuck.
For a whole year. And then we moved to Rockingham. I went to Bungaree and I was like,
My people.
fuck, I'm sweet. I'm not dumb.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Yeah.
I reckon that's such a class thing.
Yeah.
To me, that to me, and we don't talk about it in Australia enough, in enough depth. But to me, that's the difference between like if you're in a working class background and you're thrown into an environment where actually the people around you aren't working class at all.
Not even close.
You feel like exactly like you feel like I'm a dumb cunt. I'm an idiot. That's how I felt at uni. I was just like, I'm a fucking. Who are you? Who are these reference? Who are these?
Yeah, what are you even talking
theorists
about?
that you're referencing? Like, I don't know anything about this, and also I don't care.
Yeah.
That was the other part. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
even care to learn. I want to talk about the footy. Do you know what I mean? Like that was my frame of reference. And so to me, that sounds like you had a class thing, and then get to Rockingham, and that was actually much more your speed.
It was back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to Bungaroo, I fit in. Rat style was fucking fine. It was all good. I was like, this is sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was, I'll never forget that year because I remember just being like, I'm so dumb. I think it helped motivate me to be like smarter
yeah, yeah.
because I was like the smart rough kid for all of primary school after that,
That's cool.
which made no sense because thought I was the dumbest person on earth, and then I was like smart but still violent.
No, but you know, that's like, so that's what people always say. So the main dude in King of Dirt, Jack Brolo, he's like a labourer,
Yeah.
but he's got a brain, he's got a vocabulary, but he's also a bit of a dickhead.
Yeah.
And it's all part of him, you know? And some of the people who read this were like, that doesn't make, a guy like that wouldn't be able to think those thoughts or have those words in his vocabulary. I'm like,
those people.
we haven't, yeah, it's like, okay, well, actually, do you know what? Some of us come from backgrounds like this.
Yeah.
We also have a brain. We also have a vocabulary, but we're still who we are. So
Yeah. It's a surface level. I think it's like, you know how people make an impression within 7 seconds of meeting someone? That is so dumb. It's like the worst thing that humans can do.
Yeah.
Because they make that impression based on what you look like, not anything inside.
Yeah.
But then they want to speak with depth. It's like there's no depth in your thought process because you've instantly stereotyped someone. You've gone, you're in that boat.
Yeah.
That's not how humans work. There is so many more layers to how anyone is.
Agree. Like when you get stereotyped like that, you can kind of see someone doing it to you in real time as well. Like,
Oh, I know it very well.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you see, like, people do it to me a lot, and if they don't know what I do, it's so funny when they learn what I do, and there's something like, hang on, like, now I'm interested in you.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
You went before,
you thought
fuck
I was
you.
a dumb cunt when you didn't know that I had a career as a novelist. It's really telling.
I am one of the best for breaking the molds of what people think I am. You've got me just after I've cut my hair. My hair has been long many, many times.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And like I've always sold homes with new hair. I've always been like not dressed in like suits for work.
Yeah,
I used to wear a jacket for a while.
Yep.
But like I've always just been
Blazer.
like, yeah,
Manager blazer.
but not like, it's always just been like blandish shit. It's never been, I've never looked like the guys that are prim and proper.
Yeah.
But I've never wanted to. So I was like, I don't want to fucking rock up to someone's house wearing some shit that makes me feel like I'm some rich dog.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm coming here to help people build a fucking new home.
Yeah.
Like, they need to see what I am, and they understand I break the mold.
Yeah.
And in some cases, it never worked. Like, you go in someone's house, and they're like, no, you need to look like you're $1 million.
Well, that's right. House. But they're just not the people you're going to work with. You know, like...
They're usually a problem later anyway.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, fucking... You're like, dude, you're asking for too much. Like, I'm trying to help you get what you can get.
Yeah. You know, like, if you rock up authentically, I feel like that's when you find the people you're meant to be around. You know?
Yeah. And you can actually, like... It does confuse people. A lot of people in comedy, when they found out I sold homes, are just like, what?
What you doing?
Yeah, because they'll hear my jokes and they're like, there's no way this cunt deals with humans. He's a lunatic. But it's that thing.
Comedy should be doing that, though. Comedy should be, like, pushing buttons and...
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, I admire people that write very, very clean jokes. Because it's, in my eyes, I look at that as very hard. Because I look at, like, how do you make something so boring funny?
Yeah.
Like, I know how to make fucked up shit funny because that's how I've, like, lived my life. It's like, that's sad. Fuck it. Make it laugh.
Yeah.
But then it's like, that's boring. I'm just like, cool.
There's a place for all of you.
That's it. That's it. And it's a skill that I admire, but not one that I have.
Yeah.
You won't see me writing any children's shows. Oh, you might see children's shows because it's fart jokes and shit, but not a PD show.
No.
Nah.
Be you. Be dirty. Be whatever you are.
So, are all your books inspired from something in the past or something in your life? Or are you like, do you also still want to go into that route of like, you want to make something completely made up?
Yeah, That's a very good question for where I'm at right now in my life, because I've had 3 books published as of June. The third one came out in June. My 4th book is out next year, and I'm now it happens at the end of every book. You're at the crossroads of like, well, what do I write next?
What's next? Yeah.
Yeah. And so I've had these 4 books in mind since 2017. So it was always my plan. The first phone call I had with my agent was, I've got this Invisible Boys. And the first thing that a literary agent will ask you every time before they sign you, they'll go, so what else do you have? And I was not ready for that question on the phone call. Yep. But I'm going, well, this is what I've got. She goes, what else do you have? So I said, well, I've got this thing it wasn't called The Brink at the time. It was called Levers. It's about a group of levers. Yep. But in the eastern states, they call it schoolies. So Levers was considered a bad title. So it got changed to The Brink. And I said, I've got this thing called Nullable Brothers, which didn't work. I ended up writing King of Dirt instead. And then I said, I've got this sequel to Invisible Boys, which is coming out next year. It's called Yeah, the Boys. It's got to be said. Yeah, nice. The Boys.
Very nice.
It's got to be said like that. But that's been my plan for 8 years. So like it was very solid. I knew everything that was in front of me. Yeah, the Boys is done. You know, I'm editing it as we speak. I mean, not as we speak, but you know, when I get home, I'm expecting my publisher to send the next round of edits any day. And I'm thinking about, what do I do next? I've always written books with Ernest Hemingway's philosophy of write hard and clear about what hurts.
Yeah.
So all 4 of my books have been written like that. I've written about stuff that's hurt me in my life in the past.
Yeah.
I now need to think about like, what's next? You know, like do I mind some further past trauma? Do I maybe write a thriller that's commercial just for a change? You know, I could use some money. Yeah. You know, some money would help me continue to write this edgy stuff. Yep. So
you've got the backing now that people like know that you can do it.
So. Yeah. You know, so do I want to just make up a thriller and just write a really cool thriller? Do I want to write fantasy again? Probably not. You know,
that bridge is burned.
I've burned that bridge. But I think a thriller is in me. More contemporary fiction is definitely in me that's edgy. Yeah, I don't know. It has to come from a real place though. So often, like every time I'm promoting my books, I'm always talking about the character, but then I switch into talking about me because it comes from a very real place. All the stuff that I'm talking about, and I can't detach myself from the characters that I've created.
Well, it helps you build the world, right?
Well, it just feels more real.
Yeah.
And the risk is when I've done a lot of interviews now, and end up talking about my own life, and then someone will be like, oh, just like Jack Brollo in King of Dirt. And I'm like, fuck. Yes, that's right. I think I was talking about, I must have been saying to someone about, I had a job briefly about 2 years ago, very briefly, like I'm talking a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. I was working for a couple of brickies as a labourer, and I was just mixing mud and doing bricky labourer shit. Yeah. But I gave that story to Jack in King of Dirt. So there's a chapter where it's focused on that. So I was talking about that, and he's like, oh, exactly like in King of Dirt. And I went, oh, shit. And he's like, oh, did you also spill the mud? And I was like, oh, fuck, yeah.
Yeah,
yes, that is me. So there's kind of a risk to being that vulnerable.
But is it a problem? Like, you've already released it, you know, if you've written it and then they just connect the dots of like it's you, but it's like, yeah, it still came out of you anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe... Yeah,
I made my peace with it. This is why I have that moment in the shower where I go, oh, shit, what have I done? What are they... Like, who cares? The main thing is, like, there's a lot of sexual exploits, especially in King of Dirt, that are, like, things I've done. But I'm like...
Yeah, everyone's reading, like, which one?
Yeah. And,
which one is
it? So I'm always like... I mean, there was one guy... Yeah. Sometimes I'm, like, send something to people, I'm like, you okay if this gets published? And they'll be like, yeah, it's fine. So I'm like, cool.
Because it's them involved.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's all fictionalized, but there's sometimes elements of...
They if they read it, they know.
Yeah, and I would hate... This is the thing. I would hate for someone to read it and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you went and put that out. So I've always checked if there's anything...
I have had that thought about stuff.
Well, with jokes?
Not jokes. Stories I've said in the podcast really more.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And like, I haven't written... I plan to write a book about my past in some way or another.
Yeah, okay. Autobiography?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do an autobiography or something like what you've done. Like, just
turn it into
change
fiction.
It to someone else's things. Because a lot of shit that I've seen, I'm like, cunts can't know that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's just, I go, fuck, should I just be like, yeah, no, this is my life. This happens. This is what the world is like. You have to accept this.
Yeah.
Or just be like, I'll make a story up so people can accept it and read it and go like, oh, but I kind of,
I mean, it's nice, to be honest. It's nice. It's less vulnerable when you make up a story around it.
Yeah.
Because I still put so much of real shit into these books. But when people ask me, I'm just like, not telling.
yeah.
Like, I'm not telling you which parts are fiction and which parts are real life. It's so freeing. Whereas if you write a memoir and you say, here's all the fucked up shit that's happened to me, it's out there.
Yeah.
You know?
But I kind of, the way I see the world is people just ignore how bad shit is. And that annoys me sometimes.
How do you mean?
Like, I've said to people stuff that I've been through.
Yeah.
Nah, you're making that up. And you're like, I will actual bash you.
Yeah.
Don't fucking say shit like that. You don't really know, like...
I hear you. And when it's stuff like that, it can be very exposing to talk about the real version of it.
Yeah.
Like for you as if someone's been a victim of something or whatever, it's very hard to put that out there in the world as fact.
Yeah.
But it
For someone to shit on it,
can
you're just
be,
like...
it can be. I've found freedom in putting that kind of stuff. I've had shit happen to me, which I gladly don't talk about.
Yeah.
But some of it I've put into fiction, and it's so freeing to be able to be like, that's out there as a story, but I don't have to get there and defend it.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause you know what the internet is like.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can post something where you're like, hey, like this guy shot my puppy in front of me. And people are like, well, your puppy was asking for it. You know,
what did you do to that guy to make him want to shoot puppy? You're like, are you fucking serious?
legit.
Yeah.
Like people, like you can't post something without someone taking the other side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because people are fucking trolls.
I just call it the yin yang effect.
Yeah, okay.
With every good, there must be bad. So, like,
Okay.
everything
Yes.
has to have both ends come at you.
Yeah.
And you just have to be able to go, like, whatever cunts. Like, that is part of the flow of life and
happen.
existence.
Yeah.
Bad's going to happen, good's going to happen.
Yeah.
Let it happen, whatever.
But being vulnerable about, like, your own shit,
Yeah.
That's hard. And so, yeah, I'm always as well saying to people, like, I'll get people in my signing line who, like, come up and be like, I've related to Invisible Boys. Like, I went through, like, all this fucked up, like people tell me their stories of, like, fucked up abuse and fucked up trauma and stuff. And they'll be like, this all happened 3 weeks ago. And I think, should I write a book about it? And I'm like,
No, it's 3 weeks ago. You need to process that shit.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, go to therapy.
Yeah.
Go find a counselor, talk to someone about it for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And then once it's all processed and it's a scar and not a fresh wound,
Yeah.
go ahead and write a book about it. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
Don't just start jamming
Don't
salt in
just
it and go like, fuck it, let's go.
But genuinely, like, I get the most fucked up, you know, and like, I feel for these, like, people have been through real shit.
Yeah.
Real fucking shit. But they'll be like, I feel like I should write it to process it. And I'm like, your writing is not therapy.
Not if
That's
you're
not
giving
going to
it
help
out.
you. No.
If you're writing it for yourself and you throw it in a fire, go for it.
Yes, 100%. If it's just for you, fine. But like, no. Go to therapy, go to a counselor, process that shit for 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, whatever it takes you. Then when it's processed, make some art out of it, fine. But don't do it when you're like fucking going through it.
Just happening. Yeah. But even, I would find probably a lot of those people, right, they probably also don't trust therapists. That's why they're going, hey, I know you know this. We're in the same boat. You get it.
Yeah.
Can you please...
Yeah, and I do get. I think because people have read it and they go, okay, well, you've clearly been through this. You've clearly been traumatized. You've clearly been mentally fucked up, and you've clearly been suicidal because you've written about it. So they feel like they can say, I've been through it too.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like I'm right there for them. You know, like in that moment in the signing line, I'm like, fuck that shit. That shouldn't have happened to you. I'm so sorry. Let's have a hug. You know.
Yeah.
But like, I can't do much more than that. I can't
but you can't fix everyone's problems.
I can't fix everyone's problems. I can just be like, well, that's shit. You deserved so much better. Big hug. Good luck. But yeah, I'm like, please go to therapy.
Yeah. I've got a really weird take on how I deal with people when they say fucked up shit to me. Because like, I'm like, I'm in, I've done it, I get it, I've been there, I've suffered some shit. But I never say sorry. Like I know...
Sorry, it's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
The first time someone said sorry to me, I was like, you didn't do it.
Yeah,
Don't fucking be sorry. Like, I just want to tell you about it, cop this and be like, that's bullshit. That's fucked.
Yeah, that shit.
But don't say sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then I start being like, the first time I have a spiraled, and the more it happens, and then people have told me off for saying that to them. Like, oh, this happened. They're like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, don't be sorry. It's not your fault. You didn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about it at school.
Yeah, okay.
And then they're like, you can't tell me not to be sorry. Like, it's fucked up. And I was like, yeah, I know. It's my life.
Yeah, but you don't want that. You don't want that sympathy.
Yeah, I don't want, like, I don't see it. It's like weird. Like, don't say sorry for shit you didn't do. Like, I like to be super honest.
Yeah.
And so whenever someone's like, that happened, I'm not like, sorry. I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah.
And then
Shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I just can't say sorry. And I feel weird when someone says sorry. And I think I might be one of the only people I've ever met that has that stance.
Yeah.
And it's weird because to me, I was like, sorry. I only ever say sorry if I'm genuinely sorry. If I fucked up and I've made a mistake, I'm sorry.
I don't know. I feel like, I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. Like, I feel like I'm sorry is an apology, which, as you say, if you haven't done it, you don't need to say it.
Yeah.
But I think there's also the version of I'm sorry, which is I'm full of sorrow. I'm sad. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorrowful.
That's sad.
That happened to you.
Yeah.
And so, I think you're right to be like, I don't need apologies, but it's nice that you're sad that happened to me. You know, like, yeah.
I guess I've never looked at like sorry as a like I'm sad for you. I've always looked at sorry.
Depends how it's said, you know, right?
Yeah. But I think I just that word to me, it's kind of like when you say you love someone.
Apologizing. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you say you love someone and you don't fucking mean it, I'm off you. Like I've had people you've hung out with like 2 nights, drinking beers, partying and shit. Like, man, I fucking love you. And I was like, oh, I hate that.
You don't know me.
There's no way you love me, dude.
You don't know my shit yet.
Trust me, we're too early in the game to even be close. Or like someone's like, oh yeah, but my best friend. And I was like, I'm fucking concerned. Because if you think I'm your best friend, your life's fucked. Like you don't know me, dude.
Hectic.
Oh.
Bro, I am now 3 double bourbons in to this situation.
Was that we are at 120, and I know we're meant to wrap up.
No, let's hit a 4th.
Okay, done.
Let's hit a 4th, and let's get me cancelled. That's what I came in for.
To get cancelled.
No.
Thank you very much.
No workers.
I could think of some real easy shit to put you straight in the cancel bin if you wanted to.
No. I do not wish to be cancelled.
I can go right down a conspiratorial route real fast.
Cheers, bro. No, that's why I said yes to this. I was like, this is unique. I've never had a podcast experience where just 2 blokes getting on the piss.
Yeah, really.
Shit. You know, and at length. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun to go a little bit deeper and a little bit longer and not stress about 30-minute runtime or 45-minute runtime and just talk shit.
Well, man, that was what inspired me to do this. When I first started finding out about podcasts, obviously it was like Joe Rogan and stuff. You see it and you're like, 3 hours? What? And then you can listen to something. You're like, because I drive fucking so much. And I was like, I'm so sick of listening to music.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I fucking hate the radio. I haven't had the radio on in my car in like 15 years.
Yeah, right.
I used to always like make my own like CDs and shit. From there, I was like, oh, we can plug the MP3 players.
Yep.
But then you still end up listening to your own shit.
Yeah.
And like my Spotify playlist is 4,000 songs. Jesus. Still end up listening to the same fucking shit.
Spotify's not great at shuffling.
No, their shuffle's fucked. It is real bad.
It is.
But it's like, fuck. What? And then I found podcasts. I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yep.
I started listening to it and I was like, man, I can listen to a 3, 4, 5 hour podcast and just tune in later. It's not a movie. You don't have to sit there and go, I need to finish this. You can chime in, chime out whenever you want.
Yeah.
So when I have people say it to me, they're like, you can't do 3 hours. I was like, yeah, you can.
You can, yeah.
Like, don't listen to the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
There's no way we spoke about one thing for 4 or 5 fucking hours.
No.
So.
No, it's anyway.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's what inspired me.
I'm a fan.
And then I was like, fuck it, I can drink on this, can do whatever I want. Who cares? Someone would be like, don't do it.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. And I actually, when I first started the podcast, the first 16 episodes was in 2019. And I was like, I just want to drink piss with cool people. So I was like, if I've got a podcast.
What a great fucking initiative. I support this fully.
Thank you.
Especially as it's middle of the day. Like, I just... What a great way to spend a fucking
Drinking, talking shit.
weekday, fucking day drinking bourbon, getting on the piss.
It's great. It's
Thank
definitely...
you. Thanks for making this possible.
Rory, thank you very much for coming on. I've got great insights already.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine they're going to get
glad.
better from here. Yeah, which is the bonus of like being in a shittier spot. A lot of people I don't think they give like in your situation, you grew up in a country town.
Yeah.
You grew up in all this stuff and it's helped you conceptualize things that not many people can speak about. You can be the one person in this genre that you've created.
Yeah.
And go, check this out. And other people are like, I fucking know, but like I wasn't like...
I've lived it. Do you know what also, apart from class, this is going to sound really fucking dumb. But I'm going to say it anyway. But being a Collingwood supporter,
Yep.
right, in the AFL, everyone fucking hates you in WA. Well, frankly, anywhere in Australia. If you're not Collingwood, you hate Collingwood, right?
Yeah.
Do you care about AFL? Are you...
I'm not a footy dude.
Okay, you're not a footy dude. Okay.
I'm not a team sports person, actually.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Which is very odd, but...
No, well, it's not odd at all. It's just how it is.
Well, for a bogan childhood?
For a bogan, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, you now go for Collingwood. I'm always recruiting.
Bring on more people for the team.
I need more people for Collingwood. No, but I don't know how to say this without sounding like an idiot, and it sounds so simple, but because I grew up being a Collingwood supporter, everyone hates us.
Yeah.
And I found it so much easier to be different.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, everyone already fucking... I'm used to everyone giving me shit.
Yeah.
So...
It's like water off ducks back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, in a way, it made me tougher. Like,
Yeah.
it made me tougher to be like, oh, fucking...
A bit of adversity helps, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So, anyway.
It's
That
something...
really sounds like a stupid observation, but there you go.
I disagree. I think that's very... A lot of people don't get that. It's a thing that I'm trying to teach my kids without being the adversity. Which is hard, because it's like, you need to suffer, so you get it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the reason you're suffering.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do I help you get in that boat? I got lucky. I had skateboarding.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I had people teasing me and stuff, but skateboarding, I thought, taught me resilience more than anything.
Yeah, okay.
You have to eat shit skating.
Like, you're going to fall?
You're going to fall.
Yeah.
And then one of my kids started skating and he hurt himself. And I was like, yeah, dude, get used to it. You're going to have a really good relationship with the concrete. That's what skateboarding is.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks, but it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
And I think, like, writing would be the same. Comedy's the same. Anything that, like, you can suffer after you've tried helps you get better if you get up.
Yeah, I think rejection and suffering actually helps. It's a great teacher.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like it in the moment, obviously.
It sucks ass, but that's what's so good about it.
Yeah. But there's a really great meme of, you know, the wolf. I don't know if you've ever seen it. There's a wolf getting hit by one arrow and being, you know, like, killed by it.
Yeah.
And then there's the same wolf after like 50 arrows in the back.
Yeah.
And the wolf's still standing, bleeding, but still standing. And to me, that's what rejection is, and any failure.
Yeah. It becomes
like,
armor.
100%. It makes you tougher. And if you're going to be a comedian, if you're going to be a writer, if you're going to do anything that's different from the norm, you have to get used to people are going to shoot arrows at you, and it hurts. But the more you get used to it,
That hurts.
it hurts less. The stronger you get, the more you learn to shrug it off and be like, I'm still going to do the thing that I love.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Oh.
And we don't teach that resilience enough, I don't think.
Well, it's like you have to learn it. You know what I mean? Like teaching it this is the problem I'm having. Is like teaching it is hard because if you're like, hey, you got to get used to this. They're like, why the fuck are you being an asshole to me?
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm trying to help you get this skill that I can't just like, I don't want to be the perpetrator of shit because then you're not going to learn. You're just going to hate me. But you need to put yourself in a situation where you want something enough to eat shit on it. I really need a piss. So I was like, fuck, I'm going to avoid this. I'm not going to avoid this. I'm going to like piss. I'm going to chuck a break quickly. Is that cool?
Let's do that because we've had 4 bourbons. I'm going to follow you.
Just definitely a piss.
And let's pause it and come back. We're back.
Yes.
Nothing happened.
We are back.
Haven't left.
Oh, I definitely left. I was basting for a piss. I can usually hold it pretty well.
Yeah.
But I think I drank a bit of water and shit beforehand. I hadn't pissed before the podcast and I was like, That's not
And
going
I'm
away.
on the little power bombs, but you're not.
I can't do the
Like
power.
having the same. You're like having double the amount of liquid.
Yeah. But if I drank them, I would have drank them the speed, like I'm drinking can for can.
Yeah. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting towards half cut.
Okay, perfect. Half cut's fine.
Half cut's fine.
Sweet.
It's not poleaxed.
No. Look, my thing is like just don't get blackout, and I've done that in the pod before. But I deliberately won't drink straight spirits now.
Yeah.
Because I'll like go 1 shot, 2 shot, Coke for
Yeah,
colour.
yeah.
It's fucked. I actually
You're being more strategic now. Good. Yes.
Yeah, because I will just drink fast.
Yeah.
It's habit now. It's just once I'm in.
Yeah.
I've got a question that didn't actually.
Yeah.
I thought about it, and it disappeared.
Okay.
Because I seen I seen the article talking about AI fucking the industry, and I've got a controversial view on AI.
Okay. I
So-
mean, don't make me headbutt you.
Look,
That's all I'm
look,
gonna say.
look. My
I might
thought,
headbutt you.
I don't. You might agree once you see my point of view.
Okay.
Uh,
Go for it first, and then I'll tell you if I'm gonna headbutt.
Because the way I see AI is the
Yeah.
same as I see robots, right?
Okay.
They're gonna it's gonna take jobs, guaranteed, right? But it's gonna take the jobs that aren't worth doing, right? And I think a lot in this industry, as I was speaking about before, in what I call as artistic industries,
Yeah.
people make a name for themselves. They make a vision for themselves. They make a brand per se. You look at an artist like Alex Gray. Do you know who that is?
I don't.
Super psychedelic, fucking like
Okay.
crazy things. You could ask AI to say, make me a picture like Alex Gray. But even if it makes the picture, people are going to be like, that's Alex Gray. Even if it's not, they're going to be like, that's Alex Gray's
Yeah.
style. It's unfucking deniable his style, right?
Immediately recognizable that that's his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So AI is obviously taking everything that already exists and replicating that to what already does.
Yeah.
Which sucks for anyone that's got a style.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It can go, oh, write it in this style. Like I've tested it with like some of my favorite
Reproduce
writers.
it. Yeah.
And go, hey, write this thing that I wrote in their style. And you're like,
Yes.
oh, that's cool how they would have wrote it.
Yep.
But for true creatives, the new in your world, you're one that's doing something no one else is doing.
Yeah.
AI is not going to do that because it's just constant recreation, which does destroy industry of like the people that are marketing stuff that is the already done. The why aren't you like this? Be this right like that, and be who is this already and do it. But it's not going to help new.
No, and it can't create anything new.
Exactly.
That's probably the point I'm sure we agree on, is that it's reproducing what it's already harvested, essentially. It can just pick up everything that's already out there and regenerate versions of that.
Yeah.
The issue that we have as creatives is that but the way copyright works, probably for you as comedian, I don't know, but probably the same way, is if you write a joke, that's yours. You wrote that.
Yes.
And so you own that. You own the copyright in that.
Theft happens, but
100%.
Yeah.
No doubt. And so what we've got at the moment is that the Australian Productivity Commission, which is what I wrote that article about,
yeah.
has basically gone like, hey guys, what if we could just fucking steal everyone's shit and get away with it?
Yeah.
Which,
Because that's how industry works normally in every case.
well, but
They
it's,
just start
I mean,
taking
but and that's where you push back,
Yeah.
because you say, actually, Productivity Commission, theft is not okay.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to steal shit. And I like to think of it, so a lot of people will pile on artists as being kind of froofy and, oh yeah, just being artists and you're just being wankers and whatever.
Yeah, it's because they want to be it, but they can't do it.
But no, people have an attitude towards artists.
Yeah.
But so I like to frame it as a business. I'm a business. I operate with an ABN and I operate as a small business, and I have done so for 7 years.
Yeah.
What I do as a business, I produce writing, it's copyrighted. Copyright is how I make my money. And what the proposal from the Productivity Commission is that, well, what if we could just fucking steal your shit? Well, no business is allowed to steal another business's shit.
I agree.
A tradesman can't go to Bunnings and say, look, just give me all your shit.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Bunnings would not like that.
Well, it's the same like in building. If I draw a design, we draw it, we've got copyright in that design. If another builder builds a design, we can sue them.
Exactly
Right.
that. So it's the same principle.
But the idea of AI is like it's trained on that. So
Yes. But the idea is, so in copyright world, if I write a book, if I write an Invisible Boys, or if I write a King of Dirt, that's mine.
yeah,
I get to license it out under copyright. So I say to a Fremantle Press, yes, I'll sign a contract and I'll give you the
license to
rights.
AI.
I'll say I'll
Not that you
license
are.
it to you guys to print it, right? I'll license it to Wave Sound to produce the audiobook. I'll license it to Tanya Chambers and Nick Verso to make a TV show out of it. I am the copyright holder. I decide where that copyright goes.
Yeah.
That's how copyright works. So if there is a version where AI is unavoidable, I fucking hate AI, just for the record.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
I find
not
that
a fan.
It's very normal in artistic circles to hate it.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Right. But let's say that for argument's sake that it's unavoidable and it's going to happen. I personally don't agree. I think any technology you can push back on nuclear energy. You can push back on asbestos.
An EMP will easily destroy it.
But anything that is dangerous to humans
Yeah.
will get pushback. And so I'm like, okay, as a separate thing, AI is bad. But let's say for an argument's sake that AI is good.
Yeah.
I
I can argue that
But
very much so.
let's sit there
Yeah.
and say AI is great. The way to train it ethically would be for me to give a license.
Yeah.
And say, all right, I'm going to give you a license, AI company. You can take Invisible Boys. You can feed the whole text, 90,000 words that I wrote with my blood and sweat and tears. You can feed it into your system and train it all you want. I'll give you consent and you pay me a fee. That's how copyright works.
Yeah,
That's
I agree.
how licensing works.
Yes.
So that's how it should work.
So they're
If
definitely
I
not
want
going to do that.
Yeah, no.
And I can be devil's advocate of why, but
Yes. But so they're trying to push for, well, we should just be allowed to take everything we want. Fucking
Like
bullshit.
everything is public domain,
That's theft.
but it's not.
That is theft.
Yeah.
If they want to do AI, that's the way to do it is licensing and say,
Yeah.
all right, we'll pay you $3,000 a year or whatever, and we can take this and feed it into a system. Go ahead. I'm not going to say yes to that.
Yeah.
I hate AI, but other writers might go, fuck yeah,
Fuck it,
$3,000.
done, yeah.
Fucking $3,000, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Great. I'm poor. I need the money.
Yeah. But the idea
Go
is,
ahead.
I know
That's
with AI
ethics.
companies, they don't want to, you don't want to be biased, so they want to take as much shit as they can. And it literally is take, like, let's not, I'm
theft.
not
It's
saying
theft.
that
It's
it's not.
piracy. Yeah.
It is taking, it's like, I look at AI now as similar into the Napster days when Napster
Yes.
first came out.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're fucking taking music and we're giving it to people.
The crazy thing is, so many people will be like, oh, but those big companies can afford it because that one.
But you're
it's
not the big company.
It's the small people who are the ones who,
Yeah.
that's my income.
It
you
is,
know?
that again is that surface level bullshit.
Yeah.
You make a decision on something, you made it in 7 seconds. You blame a company for forgetting that human beings are behind the company,
Yeah.
that the company is also making money off.
Yeah.
Like, I see a lot of people do this with shit. Like, oh, company. Used to do it myself when I was younger. But behind a company was a human at some point.
That's right.
And someone gets fucked before the company gets whatever they're doing.
Yep.
And then you are like, well, I'm fucking the company to help that person out. You know, that person just gets fucked more.
Yeah.
So much more. Like, if you think of Woolworths is a great one for it. You buy Woolworths milk. How many farmers got fucked for Woolworths milk to come
Yeah,
out because they had all their own brands?
They replaced it with the generic.
And they just started fucking
Supermarket
up.
brand, yeah.
We'll drop it cheaper, even though we'll lose money on it. But we know long term, we win.
It's horrendous, isn't it? But it's the same principle. But when people kind of get there and go, oh, piracy doesn't matter because it's only going to affect the multinationals, they can afford it.
That's a
It's
dumb way to think.
It's never that. It's
Yeah.
not, when you pirate Invisible Boys, the series, you're not hurting Stan. You're hurting me and you're hurting the producers, you know?
I've got an argument that makes that a good and a bad, right?
Okay.
Not the producers per se in its TV show.
Don't make me angry.
No. I'm going. I can go music. Shows I can't justify
Yeah.
as much, but music I can. So you pirate a song, right? You never knew the band. I mean, this is radio station shit. I mean,
Okay.
radio stations obviously used to pay for it. Spotify I fuck with, so it doesn't really count. But you listen to a song, you go, fuck, I love these cunts. They come to your city, you don't buy a ticket, you're a dog.
Yeah.
If you listen to them,
supporting them.
they're in your playlist. You downloaded the song when it was LimeWire and Napster days, or you've got it in your Spotify playlist, and that band comes to your town. They've made no money from you listening to them on Spotify out of the amount of joy that band has given you. One ticket to their show, even if you don't go.
Yeah.
Like I've got a mate, drum and bass head, buys every single touring drum and bass artist that he knows, even if he flies in and out. He's like, if I'm working, I don't care, buy 2 tickets.
Yeah, good.
Can't go? Give me someone.
Great.
I'll give me someone on the day.
I think people would be horrified if they learned how little artists make. So there's a big disconnect between seeing famous musicians, actors, writers, whatever, and thinking, oh, they're loaded, they've got a huge whatever. No, you can be successful and it's enough to just get by,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, comedy taught me that for truthfully.
Yeah.
So a lot of, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a comedian since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I seen comedians when I was younger and I was like, fucking that's me. But I just didn't do it for so long because all comedians always say they're broke.
Yeah.
Well, not all. The ones that are absolutely dominating, selling out theatres, they're not saying it. But
Yeah.
throughout the 90s and the early 2000s, comedians would be like, I'm a comedian. I
Yeah.
ain't got money. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I was always, because I grew up really poor, I was like, I've got to be rich.
Yeah.
Got to make money. Can't fucking do that shit. Yeah. So I'd stop myself from doing anything that was like, can't monetize except for skateboarding.
Yeah.
That was the one thing I continued to do without cash involved. I tried to make money out of skateboarding a few times. Never worked.
I had a mate who was like, tried to be an influencer or something in that space, but it's hard.
That wasn't
Not
a thing in
influence,
the
but you know
periods
what I
that I
mean?
could do it. Yeah, like it was like I tried to, I built a clothing brand when I was 18. No good. Lost money on that. Yeah. What else did I do? It was a skateboarding brand. I tried to open a skate park, like an indoor skate park.
Yeah.
And there's people that still hate me over this situation because they thought I was ripping people off. They didn't think I was coming from a genuine, trying to make something happen.
Yeah.
Very long story. Won't get into it too much. But that actually inspired the indoor skate parks that now exist in WA.
Yeah, right.
Because for 10 years, not one indoor skate park existed here.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need one.
We need one, yeah.
And the rumour was that the last indoor skate park got sued 2 days after their insurance lapsed. And then everyone's like, well, it's too expensive to get insurance. And then when I did the investigation, I'm like, how much does insurance for a skate park cost? They're like, oh, you just fit into the same place as like an ice skating rink.
Yeah, right.
And you're like, cunt, that's not even that bad. I can afford this.
Yeah.
But I was young. I was like 25.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, hey, help me fundraise money for this. So I was putting on gigs, getting bands to do it and paying for tickets. And then I severed my Achilles and
Oh, shit.
yeah, she went to the bin.
But, so comedian world, is it the same as artist world where you're kind of living off appearance fees and things like that?
So I've found a lot of comedians have jobs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a side hustle.
Yeah, but it's obviously that's not your brand.
Yeah.
You're not like, hey, I've got a job.
No, you're not going to bring that up in your act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a guy I did a gig with last night, Dr. Jason Leong, 2 Netflix specials and a doctor.
Yeah, right.
But he was doing a gig in Perth on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's
You're literally on Netflix.
Yeah.
And you're a fucking doctor, but you're still here on a Tuesday doing 10 minutes in front of fucking 15 people.
Yep.
But that's comedy.
That's arts.
Yeah.
Let's just broaden it out. That's the same thing, Yeah.
I do find sometimes I've met a few artists, not graffiti artists. They are 100% chaos, destruction. Let's do shit because I want to do it. Fuck the world. And it's dope.
Yeah,
I love
feel
that.
like that goes with the territory. Yeah.
Yeah, but I respect the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. You're like, I'm doing my art.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I don't...
And I put it on this building and fuck everyone.
I'm paying for it. I'm doing it. I want everyone to see it.
Yeah.
This is how we do this.
Yeah.
And in some cases, I'm stealing the paint.
Yeah.
But it is a graffiti artist in my eyes is the true essence of the most anarchized artist.
Yeah. I agree.
I want to do this so bad.
Yeah.
Fuck everyone.
I was going to put this on this building.
Yeah. Someone's going to see this shit.
Fuck it.
Yeah. But that is what it is. It's there's a bunch of cunts that I want to do this so bad. I don't give a fuck about the money. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I love that. Then you meet some that just make ungodly money, and you're like, how did this happen?
I don't know. There's so much, whenever I find someone who's... I've always
You're not
likened...
pissed off at the people that do make money, do you?
Hey?
You're
No,
not pissed off at the people that do make money?
no, I think anyone who's earned that has earned that, right?
Yeah.
But I genuinely get jealousy for sure when someone kind of, for me, being a writer feels like, I don't know if you ever saw the show Veep.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, with
Julia
what's her
Louis-
face from
Louis Dreyfus from Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Elaine from Seinfeld. So to me, being a writer, probably being an artist, if I broaden it out, but being a writer always to me feels like being stuck in an episode of Veep, where you're always getting shafted. You know, because that the theme of that show was effectively
political shafting.
the president's getting everything and the Veep's getting fucking shafted.
Yep.
And to me, being an artist always feels like that. You see everyone else getting everything they've got, and you go, "Why don't I have that?
Yeah.
Why am I getting fucking shafted?"
Especially because
again?"
you're the first iteration of it.
Yeah. But also you're seeing and feeling all of your rejections, all of this shit. And so I know other people, I've had other writers say to me like, "Oh, I'm so jealous of you, you got all this." And I'm like, do you know what kind of fucking shit I'm putting up with?
Yeah.
You know? And so to them, I'm the one getting everything. And to me, I'm looking at other people going, why don't I fucking have that?
Yeah.
Why don't I fucking have the international fucking book deals? And why don't I have this and why don't I have that? Other people look at me and go, why don't I have a TV deal? Why don't I have the big advance? Why don't I have like, it just feels like you're permanently stuck.
Yeah.
Comparing yourself to other artists.
So to give the yin yang version of that, what's the complete opposite feeling of that you get?
How do you mean?
Well, obviously you get the jealousy. You're like, oh, why have you got this and why don't I have it?
Yeah.
In my world, in the way that I believe, everything works. There is a complete and utter opposite effect to that you might not have acknowledged that's inside of you. That you will have something that's you're like, fuck yeah, I got this.
Oh, okay.
You
Like
don't.
what's the happy moment of that?
Yeah, like what's a direct opposite of like being like, fuck, I'm so pissed off that I'm missing out.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, I'm glad of everything I have.
Yeah, that's gratitude, but I mean like the total opposite where you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, do you know, it's hard to sit in the gratitude because I think the gratitude is the gratitude for the good things is easier to feel because the good things are what you celebrate.
Yeah.
So you post on your social media, you get articles about you in the media or in the trade magazines or whatever, and they're like celebrating a book deal or a TV deal or something being number one and whatever. And you're like, fucking awesome. But you are the only person who knows that this book got rejected yesterday and that book got turned down and this thing didn't work out and this pitch to a TV production company, they said no. And so you can't really feel it. You know, you can't really fully embrace fuck yeah, because you're always kind of, when an announcement comes out that something's good, it's like 3 months after the deal was made. And so you're always kind of like...
eating shit probably that morning.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You've just got a new rejection from something else and you're like, oh, this is great that this has happened, but I fucking got shafted today.
Do you reckon that makes you work harder, Bart?
I mean, nothing I've faced in this career and in this industry so far has made me give up. But
I would say the opposite even.
But there have been times when I've been like, I've had enough of this shit.
Yeah, okay.
Like there have been times, what am I? I got my book deal in 2018 for the first book. I'm 7 years into the industry. And there are definitely...
You've had some like, fuck this.
There's definitely times where I turn to my husband and I'm just like Raphael is my husband. He's a writer as well. And I'm like, I'm fucking done. Like, I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Like, you just want to give up. But also, it's kind of helpful in a way because he's an emerging writer.
Yeah.
Himself. We met in creative writing class at uni. And so I'll be there like bitching about some TV deal gone wrong or whatever.
He's like, fuck.
And he's like, well, yeah, he's literally like, fuck, well, do you hear yourself? He's like, at least you have that. Like, I'm here trying to get my first book published. So in a way, that's actually helpful to kind of...
eat your humble stew.
Yeah. Like, just contextualize this. Like, you're doing well in your space. But it's just a brutal industry. And it's never easy, and that's probably why I get so angry about AI and shit. It's like, imagine
Because they're making what
rocking
you
up
look
at
like
work-
do shit sometimes.
But it's like, imagine rocking up at work every day in an industry where you're like, it's really hard to make a living. At any moment, I know that I'm a month or two away, or one payment away from having to go back to labouring in a timber yard, which I like. I like labouring. I like
Yep.
lifting heavy shit for a job. That's fine, but I would prefer to just be riding. And then something like AI comes along, and you're like, I didn't need a fucking extra challenge. I don't need extra problems. I just need stability.
I think I just understood why it doesn't affect me as much as it does every other artist. I don't know. I think you pointed it out to me, right? Your explanation of that, you're one paycheck away. You're one thing away from. I've been
got a job.
I'm a full commission salesperson. I've been a full
right.
commission salesperson
Yeah.
since like 2012, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's my day to day.
Yeah.
I go to work in a job where everyone's like, I can do your job. Your job's
Yeah.
easy. You're a fucking idiot. All you do is turn up and talk to people, and then they buy shit off you.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, it's not my fucking job. And the amount of times I've said this to people, especially in new homes, because they see what we get paid for what we do, but they only see the commission check. They didn't see that we didn't get one for 4 months before that.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, you got paid 30 grand this month. You're like, yeah, but I haven't eaten anything but noodles for the last 3 weeks. You can't.
That's it. Then people don't see the downsides.
No. But that I've worked with so many people that are like, I could do a job. And you know what I say to them? No worries.
Go ahead.
I'll give you $100.
Yeah.
You can come work with me tonight. We're going to make phone calls. You're going
Yeah.
to call 100 people.
Yeah.
And then you can tell me how you feel after that. I'm going to give you $1 a phone call.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's not really worth my time. And I'm like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait a fucking second. Did you just say that it's not worth your time? But you said you can do my job? I just guaranteed to pay you money that I don't get guaranteed to pay, but I do that every fucking day.
Yeah. But no, people do not appreciate what goes into this stuff.
I know, but I think that's where my like with AI, I look at it as eliminating mediocre.
Yeah.
Because I definitely when the Woolies fucking kiosks came in, everyone's like, go to the counter where the person is and make sure.
Yeah.
I was like, no. Have you been that person before? That job sucks ass. You don't want to be there scanning some other cunt's products.
I've been that guy. Yeah.
It is soul destroying to be that person. I was like, if those jobs didn't exist, someone wouldn't see that as an out to get paid that dog shit pay rate to be the person that's your slave at a desk on,
But I feel like if we were to defend AI, or if we were to defend robotization or automation, or
yeah,
God, I'm getting too drunk to fucking form words.
10 minutes.
This is horrific. But if we were to defend that, we want, theoretically, if we were wanting robots to come in and like take some tasks away from us, we want them to take all the shit tasks that we don't want to do.
Yeah.
We want them to take scanning fucking groceries or whatever. We don't want them to take the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Creating art, creating jokes, creating TV series, whatever. We don't want them to take that.
To be devil's advocate.
No,
right?
don't make me headbutt you.
No. Devil's advocate, right? Graphic design, right? This is the easiest one I can look at it, right? Mm-hmm. Graphic design is a job where people stop doing their own personal art, their own personal style to get paid to make logos or banners or things. And they go, this is just so I can get paid so I can survive.
Yes.
Doing the thing I like doing.
Yes.
But it's not their own original artwork in many ideas.
Yeah.
And if it is, they're still going to make money because people are going to go, hey, I love the way you make flyers. AI can't make a flyer like you do it, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I love the way you make logos, so I'm not going to let AI do it. But if you want some generic, everyone can do it kind of thing, font written on something, AI can do it. In my eyes, I go, cool, fuck it.
Well, that's essentially what we're saying, is that you want AI to take the shit that no one wants to do.
Yes.
But you don't want them to take the good shit.
Yeah.
You don't want them to take the good shit that people live for.
I think the good shit cannot be created by AI.
I agree. If you look at what they churn out,
I fuck it with it all the time.
Yeah.
I just like anything creative. Nah.
No.
It is a replication.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it's just churning out what it's been fed.
if it does the if you don't give it a directive of like who or what style or anything like that. But if you give it a directive of who or what style, it's coming out that way, which then you go, I know where that's from.
Yeah.
But if you go, give us it, just give us the information, it sounds like a fucking robot. It has no heart. It has no soul in it. You look at it and go, ugh. And you can see it in YouTube videos nowadays.
Yeah.
There's so many fucking AI made videotapes. They write the script, they do the fucking visuals, they do everything, you whack it on. It happens massively, and I've noticed this a lot because my feed is getting dominated with this shit that I have to filter through.
Right.
Of like esoteric wisdom or fucking some stuff. You know, like you look at the name and you look at the title and you look at and I go, AI slop.
Yeah. There's so much AI slop.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing as well, is like when you write a book, not when you write a book, when you read a book, you're actually, I think, what you're looking for is a connection with another human being.
I agree.
You know, you're looking to find out like, Holden wrote this thing. How did he feel? What did he think? And you want to know. And reading a book is a great way of like finding that out without having to fucking have a whole conversation with me.
Yeah.
Which would be exhausting. You know, you don't want to have a conversation with everyone you read.
This definitely doesn't exhaust me. This is my favorite thing to do.
No, I mean, it's fun for a podcaster. But you know what I mean? Like a lot of people just want to be like, I want to connect with someone in a really safe, easy way.
Yeah.
And a book is a great way to do that because you're connecting with a human being and with the human experience, but in a way that you don't have to fucking expend energy and be extroverted. It's great. AI can't do that.
I find
it will never do
music
that.
is the same.
Music is absolutely
That's why I don't think music...
It can't replicate music.
I don't think AI will fuck the music industry.
No, it can... No, I agree. But we just need... What we need is the billionaires and the people who make big decisions.
The money destroys.
Well, the money needs to keep flowing to human beings.
They just need to die.
Look, I mean, I don't want to say it. No, but the money needs to flow to human beings, you know? And that's been my thing. I've been really vocal for the last 2 years about AI. I've been like, money has to keep going to people. It can't go to people who are just chucking in prompts.
Yeah.
You know? Like if you're going to give an arts grant or an arts award, it has to go to someone who's actually created.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it always will, but because I think...
I hope it will too.
The creation of human, like, skill and it is the niche. It is the angle that hasn't been taken. It's a path less traveled kind of thing. Yeah. That is always the standout.
Yeah.
There is no denying the greats in all of history have traveled a path that no one else has. That's what makes them great. I think so for awards and everything, unless it's like bullshit industry awards where they're like fucking plants anyway and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Fucking whatever. We all know they're fake anyway. They're just fucking pumping some money somewhere. Do you look at like someone using AI with the idea to make money, then they realize they're in the artist boat and they're not making fuck all money, will quickly die off? Because I think that's also a realization.
I've seen people I know. Oh, we're gonna be so careful.
I love how you looked at. You're like, I'm not gonna say the name.
I'm gonna say the name. No, I've seen people I know who've been like, they're not writers.
Yeah, they're like, oh, watch me write this, and then they're reading it.
And they've popped up out of the woodwork during this AI stuff, and they've been like, I've written a book, and here's my book.
No one reads it.
No.
Yeah.
But it was AI generated. They didn't write it.
Yeah.
And they just thought, this could be a quick way to a buck. It's not. And also, no one buys it.
Yeah.
No one, because it's not interesting.
Yeah.
It's not valuable. So I think ultimately we'll land in a good place.
Yeah.
I think we will. I feel like we're in a big, like what was it called? The .com.
The .com era. Yeah. We're in the same thing.
We're in that exact 1998 to 2001, whatever it was, that bubble where everyone was like, oh, .com's going to be a big thing. We're in the exact same thing 25 years later where everyone's like, AI, like fucking, I think you're going to a fucking grocery shop and they're like, oh, broccoli with AI. Like but you know what I mean?
That's good.
But everyone's just like fucking, put AI in it. That'll work. That'll modernize it. No one wants this. This bubble will burst eventually and people will realize what's going on.
I find as people think AI works way better than it does. There's people that have never used it. I was day one. When that shit came out, I was like, hey, let's fuck with this. I was like,
let's start using
how
it.
can I cook cat? Like, the most ridiculous shit I got. Like, what are we going to do here? I got the first version of Chat GPT. I was like,
Yeah.
give me an essay on why drugs should be legal. Gave me the most logical discussion I've ever read that I haven't written myself on why all drugs should be legal. And I was like,
Yep.
this shit rules.
Yep.
And then it got fucked up and it started being crap. And I was like, bleh. So I test it with shit. I'm like, how morally inept are you? And how much are you controlled by some other motherfucker? And then I go,
It's just
creative
gotten worse
can't.
and worse. Yeah.
Well, creative doesn't come from rules. It comes from fuck you rules.
Yeah.
And AI works with rules.
Yeah.
So therefore, it can't create new. It can only create replication, as we spoke.
That's all it can do.
Yeah.
So it's AI slop.
Yeah. And
Eventually, I feel like we'll get to the point where everyone gets that. To be honest, I don't think there's that many people. I don't think there's that many average Joes who are going around going, "Fuck yeah, AI." Do you know what I mean? Like no
Yeah.
one's going around going, "Yeah, I love this content."
But it's not
I think
those
most
people-
people are like, "We don't need this.
I think
we don't care."
Yeah, I think when it comes to entertainment, it'll fail.
Yeah.
Because entertainment,
think
even though
people
there is a
use
lot
it-
of repeat shit,
Yeah.
there is the new shit that really always stands out. If you look from every 10-year period,
Yeah.
you go from the 70s movies to the 80s to the 90s, there's always been a new story arc, a new way of telling the story, a new thing. There is obviously the same old shit that's been done 1,000 times over with the same way of telling a story. The big shit. But that's still, the original writer probably made fuck all because they've just adapted anyway.
The writer always gets screwed. That is my.
It's the big
That is my
motherfuckers in the middle.
Yeah. All right. I'm close to my fifth double.
We wrap it up.
I think we should wrap it up before I get too
Done.
intoxicated to answer in a way that reflects well on me.
Great. Anything you want to promo as we wrap it up? Apart from King of Dirt, your
When
most
does this
recent
go to
book?
air? Yeah, I mean,
Friday, 2 days.
oh, okay, well,
Unless I need to cut anything out, then I'll put a different one in front of it.
yeah, no, King of Dirt. I mean, this is the current release. You'll find it in your local bookshop or Big W or wherever.
I like you in Bookshop or Big W.
Bookshop or Big W. I mean, well, Big W is like 55% of the Aussie book market.
Really?
They're a huge bookseller.
Interesting.
So it's nice to have a book in Big W, but also the indie booksellers. We like to support them, and
Yep.
so you'll find it there.
Just
Where
as
am
a-
I? Rockingham. I'm doing a couple of gigs. Fremantle is tomorrow, so that's before this goes out. So
Yep.
there's no point promoting that. I'm doing one in the Perth Hills,
Yep.
25th of August, and I'm doing
25th?
Armidale, 25th of August.
A Sunday?
I'm doing, I say Monday
Monday?
Monday afternoon, Monday
afternoon.
evening.
There we go.
And I'm doing Armidale Writers Festival on their opening event on the 6th of September. So those are the two things
Coming up?
coming up in this rough neck of the woods. I mean, it's not even close to here, but
Yep.
it's south as opposed to north. So that's what I'm doing. So
Sweet.
please
And I've got to ask
come
this
along.
question before you go away.
Yes.
You've written the second, The Boys, Invisible Boys 2. Is there a season 2 for Invisible Boys coming out or you don't know yet?
I don't know yet, but I will say this. Here's what gets me cancelled.
Like it's at the end, easy to chop.
Here we go. No, I would like to see, because there's a version where the producer and the director could create their own
They're going to go their own path kind
subsequent
of thing
seasons
possible.
and just make up shit. And
Will
there's
you be
another
involved in that,
version-
do you think?
Contractually, yes, I would be.
Yep.
But there's another version where it is based on the book that I wrote.
The Boys?
Yeah, I would love to see that book made into a show.
Fuck
and,
yeah.
You know, I think it would be great to see it faithful to the book version.
Yeah.
So,
I got to ask it, what about King of Dirt? Do you want to see that turned into a show as well?
oh fuck yeah, it's out there with a couple of production companies at the moment.
Oh, very nice.
So a couple of them have come back and said like, that I think they were mostly TV series companies, and they were like, we think this would be better as a film.
Okay.
And I was like, I agree. Like, I think it probably is more of a movie. So it's been sent to a couple of movie production companies instead. I think King of Dirt would be a fucking great movie or TV show, whatever people want. I'll say yes to it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really cool. It's very Aussie. You know, it starts out on the Nullarbor plane, blokey earth movers, and then it shifts to Geraldton. You know, it's a very Aussie setting.
Yeah.
But also unique in the way that it's about blokes.
Yeah.
You know, it's about a blokey world, and I would love to see it on the screen. So, so some companies have this currently, and they're currently reading it and considering it. Anyone who wants it, please contact my agent. I'd love to see that. The great thing as well is that all three of my first books, so Invisible Boys, The Brink, and King of Dirt, are all standalone novels.
Yeah.
The characters of all those three all meet in Yeah, the Boys. So it's like a massive crossover between all three books.
You're creating your own MCU.
It's literally, it's the Shepherd,
Geraldton
the
MCU.
Shepherd verse. Yeah, it's my Shepherd verse. So all the characters combined. So Yeah, the Boys is told from the point of view of Charlie, Zeke, and Hammer from Invisible Boys, but it also features Mason and Braden from The Brink and Jack and Brick from King of Dirt. So it's all interconnected. So I'd love to see King of Dirt made into something on screen, but I'd also love to see the Boys picked up. So
I like the what's getting created here.
yeah, it's ambitious.
Yeah. But fuck, if it wasn't, what would it be?
Yeah,
Pointless.
Why not try to be ambitious? You know?
Exactly.
In Australia, people shit on you for being ambitious, but
They need to go to the toilet and fuck off. Go sit in your own little room by yourself.
go do a poo.
Yeah. You are shit if you want us to be shit with you. No, thank you.
I love that. In no way have we gotten drunk during this.
Well, thank you very much for coming on.
Mate, this has been so fun.
I'm glad.
I was like, when I saw the concept of your whole podcast, I was like, I'm going to fucking come and have fun. Like,
That's all I want.
what a great, like, to be able to sit here and have a fucking ton of bourbon with a fucking, just a bloke and just chat. It's been awesome, man. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Cat ears.